much faster. And persons, I do not know if they are so conscious about the second wave, because we want to try to avoid
the second wave.
The second wave. You understand?
But who said there's a second wave?
There is a possibility.
But there's a great possibility.
There's a possibility.
Yeah.
However, there's also a possibility it may not come.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can't wait for it to come.
But Andre, if persons are not obeying the protocols, you understand? It is much higher.
The risk.
The risk is much higher. But if you see persons, as when it was real high, when it was in the thousands, that is when Grenadians was most
panicking.
And it was panicking big time, and everybody was concerned, because the debt was high, everybody was fighting.
Everybody saying, hope it's not me, hope it's not my mother.
You understand? But now, as the figures drop, you understand? And at the same time now, the economy open up where you have a little more time. So persons just have a tendency of
socialize
more.
But you must understand, man, the human being is a social being. We love to socialize. It's something in us. As we get a chance, we want to meet our friends. We want to go to the bar. We want to go to some function. You see, it takes a lot of discipline, to change our lifestyle. We have to understand that. I think the Prime Minister is teaming the government, the COVID committee. They could have gone to 12. They could have gone to 10. But you have to ease the restriction gradually. With 9, we're hoping by Christmas it go to 12. It'll be a good if it's by Christmas. They say, hey, it's 12, you could, have more freedom. What we want is more people take the vaccine, maintain the protocol, and just obey the laws of this country. And this country will get back to normal. Everybody want it get back to normal.
But it must
but they don't want to take the vaccine.
But KB, persons have to be more disciplined. Discipline is a factor.
Yeah, but
discipline is a great factor. You understand? In giving more time and allowing more privilege for persons, you must be more disciplined. And if the nation and the whole, you understand, comply and get much more discipline, you understand? At least the COVID committee,
it's belief. It's people believe by people hard headed.
Let's say congratulations to the new chairman of the COVID committee. Congratulations, Anthony Bosa.
From St. Patrick's West?
Well, there's only one Anthony Bosa in Grenada. Let me tell you something. There's one Kennedy Bodell. There's one Anthony Bosa. There's one Andre Donald. I don't know about Richard Thomas.
There's a lot of Richard Thomas.
One Kennedy Bodell, one Anthony Bosa, one Andre Donald.
He's still chairman of the party?
I mean, if he's still chairman of the party, you feel we are convention?
Oh, no.
We are convention?
We haven't convention this year at all?
Why don't you ask the chairman of the party? Ask the chairman. Are you watching me and smiling?
I don't hear NNP talking about convention for Trova. I don't hear
ask the chairman. Ask the chairman. Don't look at me. I am not a member of the executive.
Okay.
We'll
find out.
The party, not a member of the executive.
Well, stranger, I'm not a member of the party. I'm a supporter of the party. So
you're
you're more privy to information more
I'm
than
telling you. Errol Bonaparte says good afternoon. So does Alison Brung and Landon Jane. Jackie Raymond. Jackie, good afternoon to you too. I don't understand you trying to tell me about. Ask the chairman. Call him.
But we believe in democracy in the NNP, so we have to have convention.
But what are you telling me about you believe in democracy? I don't understand.
CS is a democratic institution, so we need, if we can do our convention, they must tell us when it's convention.
At least I think the executive will see it proper and fitting.
Yeah.
When to inform the nation and the party that this is a convention. You understand? KB, the NNP is a strong party. You know,
I agree, but they don't invincible.
with a lot of stalwarts,
Yes, I.
real stalwarts, you know, and real fighters, you know. A lot of foot soldiers.
Good messengers, man.
Good messengers.
Like
good
Andre
messengers.
Donald.
You understand?
He's a good messenger, I could say what you say.
You understand?
I may not like his style, but he's a good messenger. Andre Donald.
You ain't getting no flaws for what you're saying there.
No, but he's a good messenger. He's a good messenger. I may not like your style. Not me alone, a lot of people may not like your style, but he's a good messenger.
What is the important thing? The style of the message.
The message.
Ain't you just get the message?
Yes.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of people don't like Dr. Mitchell's style.
Right, but
What the point
Gets
is that
things
he
done.
work for him.
He work not for
his
him,
style
he
work for
works
him.
for the country.
His style work for him and the country and
Yes.
the party.
So you
Yeah,
like
you're
my
right.
style is alright.
Yes.
When you ain't like my style, but you getting the message.
Yeah, the message is
Clear.
important.
Very clear.
Clear.
Not only the message, the messenger must be believable.
And I am believable.
Sometimes a little confrontational, but we accept that.
I don't understand.
Yes, we accept that. We accept it. Anyhow,
But KB, something about Andre, which I always applaud him for. You would not just call Andre program and just pass information just like that, and he ain't, you know, stop
it
you
on.
and just
Vet
you know,
it.
he must vet you.
if we jail,
You know, no, you have to vet you to make sure
it's not about
that
jail,
whatever, you know,
I'm gonna come
you
to you.
say, no, you understand?
Free they swim.
No, I'm telling you.
Never scared of that.
You understand?
Never scared of that.
He's right, eh? He's
Maybe
right.
In a couple of days.
He's right.
In a couple of days, we're going to be celebrating 17 years. 17
That's
years.
that's long.
Right here.
Yeah,
And I've never been taken to court.
that's good.
Never been taken. And I don't intend to be taken to court. Why? When you call and you start to talk, first thing I say, yo, okay, fine. Antonito, good afternoon to you, brethren. I say, yo, where you getting information from? You sure you know what you're saying? Can you prove it? If you can't prove it, don't call me.
Yeah,
And when I come to, people know when I come and I say something,
yeah,
like if I say that big business backing a particular individual for
leadership.
leadership in the NDC, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Concrete.
The NDC people, them like to give away information. Them that let it in, they're the ones who in the street jumping up and saying, don't worry, you know, we are money now, you know. Exactly, they're the ones saying that.
you don't want them glad they couldn't buy smoke.
They're
ring before,
glad
you
they are money now. They don't have to go and sell
fried breadfruit.
fried breadfruit and
chicken again.
Chicken again. They are money
I
now.
realize there is a halt.
Yes, in selling chicken, they stop selling chicken.
Stop, I'm telling you, they are money now.
What? I got a friend that he used to drive an old car, and he wins some money. Right by the road, he leave the old car. You know, he leave it there. Yeah, touch it again, you know. Done with the old car, and he'll go and live in no poor community. Gone in some high profile community and
But
live.
the whole thing is that one has to understand and to realize that development is a must.
Yeah.
Forward movement is a must. Leaders must exist. Must. However, Jesus Christ struggled with the people. The tales that the Bible give you about Jesus Christ and his life, you realize, my brethren, that you miss a portion? You know where I'm going with that one now? You the preacher.
No, I can pick you up yet, Andrew.
You ain't pick me up yet.
No.
So what portion of the Bible, what portion of Jesus' life the Bible did not comment on?
From 12 to what?
Yeah. Go on, KB, tell him.
From 12 to
From 12 to
to
33.
33.
Where's that portion?
I'm missing part.
So what you saying? What you want to say? Sean?
Hold on, I ain't
So
saying
what
nothing
you
yet.
want to say now?
I ain't saying nothing yet.
That-
I ain't saying nothing yet.
Okay.
So go ahead.
No.
They don't say anything about that.
They
about
said
saying
the
nothing
Bible says nothing
from 12
from 12 to
to
33.
adult. To adult.
Doesn't say anything. The last thing we remember is when he calls him more than his father and tell him, oh Lord, shut up, to me father walk here. Told him that, eh?
Yes.
Right. And the next thing you know, he's looking for fellas to make them fishers of men.
Yes.
Where is that portion of life?
You see now, you have times there. It's not everything you have to bring out. Because sometimes
Hush him out of your open
how he was leading.
Brethren, hush.
No, what you know, it's like I, eh?
Hush.
Andrew is like
Brethren,
I.
Brethren, don't say that. That's some big
You
stuff.
understand?
I,
What you hold on now,
Don't say
Andrew.
that no, man.
Like I live in
You know,
Grenville, eh?
Yeah.
To Sauters, right? And I call KB. I said, KB, I'm off. He's expecting now that I will come to Dunfermline, come to Moya, come to Tivoli.
You don't have to say that.
I have to say that. You understand? You understand? Because that's the way I head into Sauters.
Yes.
You understand?
But guess what? Jesus Christ had never walked the walk before. So
Okay.
we could not have known where he would have gone. Okay. I tell you, hush your mouth.
Okay.
I beg you to hush it. Anyway, somebody said KB, they like what KB said. He's not a supporter. He's not a member of the NDC. He's a supporter. But they know that he was a card-bearing member of NDC. So he should have been on Zoom.
No,
He should have been on Zoom today.
I was a CAD member bearing member of NNP before I was at NDC. I helped make NNP.
Hold on, I ain't saying no.
Well, I don't want you to believe that I'm more NDC
No,
than
I'm
NNP.
not saying that.
I'm more NNP than NDC. Yes, I was a member of the NDC. I remember, but I helped make the leadership of the NNP.
I am not saying no.
I
I'm
want
saying
to.
that
Well, yeah, but I want to
were
correct you, Oli.
You were last a member of the NDC.
Oh yes, but
Right?
I also want.
You never became a bearing member of
the
the
NNP.
NNP this time around. You
No,
never did.
I don't wish to be a
So
member.
you are still a member of the
No,
NDC.
no, they make us go. They make us go. They make us go. They make me go. They make Peter David go. They make Joe Gibbard go. They make them.
Not the same time. They make you go before that. Somebody saying in the Bible, teach not everything could be written about him. Kenneth Joseph, hush him up. Hush. Don't, Kenneth Joseph, hush. Don't let me go into that today.
What do you mean?
Today is not a day for that. Today is a day to look at everything that's happening, KB. And one of the things that I realize happening is that, and I'm going to be very, very plain about it.
Yeah.
Keith Claudius Mitchell has been labeled and lambasted by people like Ali Matura. I could call Ali's name, I'm a brethren.
Yeah.
Ali Matura and others. Annette Ragbasin. She's a police. I don't know if she's still a police. Is she?
I don't know.
But you know, right?
I don't
Wasn't she
know.
a police?
I do not
Yeah.
have anything with the rank and file of the RDF.
Anyway. But they lambaste left and right. And the others. Keith Mitchell is a dictator. And that is what they plastered on his forehead, on his chest, all over him. He's a dictator. And Keith Mitchell does not believe in democracy. That is what they said about him. But you know what? As of a couple weeks ago, they stopped calling him dictator. Why? Because they understand that they are the ones who are the dictators. How could you, and that is according to them, how could you select your slate of candidates to put in certain positions in the executive of the National Democratic Congress. And when Keith Mitchell does similar or same, you call him a dictator. So what are you? What are you? Huh? You just know what dictatorship is.
No.
Well, I think they just know the value of control democracy.
Or you giving it big name. They call it dictatorship, KB. Don't take away from that. Don't take it away. Don't do something, polish it. They called him a dictator and they're doing the same.
I think there's worse.
KB, in any army that you're in, know this, learn, and you must know that you have more experience in army than me. The hierarchy of the army must see eye to eye.
Yeah.
If they cannot see eye to eye,
It's problem.
it's problems, you know.
Yeah.
So therefore, the people who cause persons to get promoted in the army, they know who they're promoting, you know. Because if you promote people who still behaving like yardfall and scratching all over the place, you have problems.
Yeah,
You know?
there must be a consensus at the top. Must be.
Hence the reason why Keith Mitchell will allow persons, because I got onto the executive. Do you understand? It was my choice to leave the executive because there was a tie right? And it was my choice to do so and move, let somebody else, get ascension to that position. No, KB, you run your mouth all over the place about it, man. And now you come back doing the same thing?
Parachuting from the top?
Well, not just parachuting, you call parachuting. When you're parachuting, you must come from the top. You put it like the person was not at the top.
What it was?
The person was on the ground.
Yeah.
They turn the cannon up and they fire him and they're hoping that he will fall at the top of the party, you know. That's what happened, you know.
What about this guy? What about this guy they're going for him? What?
His name.
What about this guy?
No, it has nothing to do with the name.
What about him?
KB, the Congress has not had a very good financial purse over the years, or so they claim. However, it is believed that this guy has the backings of big business. All right? And therefore, there are a lot of business places who are throwing their monies into the ring for this guy. And I will not name his name, the same guy. But this guy, has already, based on my information, has already given money to the guy who I refuse to call name. It is believed, listen to me carefully here, it is believed that there is enough monies in the coffers already to wipe away some $700,000 in debt that the party has. It is believed that the party believes that it needs some $300,000 to run offices, and that money is forthcoming. Where did that money come from? And how is it that these people aren't making noise? Where is Sandra Ferguson and others who belong to that nice little grouping who was talking about campaign financing and where is the money coming from? Do we know where the money is coming from right now? So as to ensure that the National Democratic Congress is able to pull off all these things that they're pulling off right now? Do we know where those monies are coming from? Can anybody in Grenada tell me, and this is the most important thing here, can anybody in Grenada tell me, KB, I have heard Mr. Decon Mitchell speak on a particular issue? Have you ever heard him?
No.
Do you know if he's a dummy?
I don't have.
Do you know if he can speak?
No.
Have you ever heard anything that he has said? No. You?
No, never.
Never. I don't know what he stands for.
So how on earth can you take someone that nobody knows what the person stands for, nobody knows if the person can speak, nothing, and you put him to lead your party? You didn't have an election, you know. If you had an election where there were a number of persons in the thing and the person won, all well and good, you know. You pressured, KB, you pressured people.
Back out.
Well, you know. You pressured people. But I tell you one thing. They spoke of dictatorship and they spoke of lack of democracy. They should have also spoken about the fighting spirit of the NNP. And I'll tell you why I say this, KB. Why they should have spoken about the fighting spirit of the NNP and to know that NNP don't give up. Terry Forrester, when they went to him, what did he say? No! Learn from the best. Not giving up. Let me lose. That's what Terry Forrester said. He learned from the best. Huh? He learned from the best. Somebody just saying that they heard him on GBN talking about Grenada from 1979 to now and saying nothing has changed. Antonito, you mean this guy said that? If that guy said that, then how on earth you can take somebody like that and put him at the head of any political party? You can't even put that person to do so and be at the head of idlers.
You can't see.
If you have seen nothing from 1979 to now, and you say nothing has changed, and KB are not very good at maths, but there's a little calculator here. 2021 minus what? 1979. "42 years.
You're not on the same planet like us.
42 years. He's saying that in 42 years, nothing has changed. Well, he's 44 years old. He's 44 years old. So he's saying there was no CP. Right, KB? There was no Morris Bishop International Airport. Do I need to call more? There is no resuscitation of the Maribor Farm School. Do I need to call more? I don't need to call more. There are no scholarships so that people like Clarice Modeste and son could have gone on to Cuba and become doctors, and other people become all sorts of engineers and everything. So he's saying that there was no changes from 1979 to now. Yeah? That is the ramblings of a fool. Seriously.
But Andrew, you have times persons speak for their own convenience. To sue them.
That is not for you. That can suit you. You cannot be 44 years old. You were born in 77? So you're 44 years old. And you have the guts to do so and go on radio or whatever and say that you've seen no changes from nothing has changed from 1979 to now.
Yeah.
I know my partner Ali is a smart guy. Now I know why Ali is not supporting this guy. Ali can never support stupidness. For the amount of billboards Ali know that he painted, education for liberation, forward ever, backward never. Ali do all that kind of together. And here Ali go back somebody who say that there were no changes from 1979 to now.
Yes.
This guy is tantamount to an idiot. But of course we await him. We await him. I'm waiting to hear.
It's what speech.
I'm waiting to hear his first conversation, his first speech. Kalis Jafaria run him down all in supermarket to get an interview, you know, and she can't even get it. And she's a big NDC. Or she's a TGM, no. Kalis just switching so much these days. I can't know where she did right now. You understand? We have to stop that. And we have to tell these people where to get off. And mind you, and understand this, youth, young people can just get in and they can win. You can become the leader of the party. But you cannot and should not become the leader of the party when people like Glenn Noel and others had to go to Tillman Thomas, had to go to Nazim Burke, had to go to Telesford.
Tell them back off.
And tell them, yo, back off. Had to go to these people and say, back off. Whatever means they use, whether it was pressure, whether it was money, don't know. What the means was to get them to back off. So if you so believe that the young man is such a talent that he can win, let him beat the others.
This thing had nothing to do with talent, is money. Who could attract a little money? Nothing to do with likability factor. Nothing to do with national appeal. But who could attract a little money?
Nigel John, I'll give you a little break sometimes. Right? And let me give you a little break now again. So the young man did not say 1979. Good. He said 1983. Brilliant. So Nigel John, are you telling me that there were no changes in Grenada from 1983 to now? Don't join the gang of stupidity, Nigel John. You understand? I will not behave like the guy who would remain nameless. I will not block you. I will continue to read everything that you post so as to show your stupidity. Because you are so stupid that you can't even put your correct name there. Put your correct name, let us know who you are. Put your correct name. This is real 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. KB, you were saying something?
Yeah, what I'm saying, the NDC were paralyzed over the years. Can money and new leadership, increase their base so to change the dynamics of this country? In your opinion, Messi?
But KB, on the whole, no. Yes, the NDC is looking for new leadership, right? No, they are trying everything, right? A dying man grab at a straw. You understand? So now, they think that in the event that they got someone who is young, you understand? That he might be able to pull, the youthful population around him. You understand? That's the whole intention. But KB, the youth of Grenada is not foolish. The young people know. I always hear they say, we know what we have. We don't know what we will get.
You see what happened? They always making that mistake. Leadership emerge from struggle. The biggest political blunder one could make is to try and make a leader. In the first NNP, Mr. Blaze tried to make Ben Jones. It don't work. In the revolution, they tried to make Bernard Coda leader. It don't work. In NDC, they tried to make Nazim Bokar leader. It don't work. They tried to make Nicholas Brafitt a leader because the same thing they did, Nicholas Brafitt never came from the bowels at the NDC.
Fight this.
And climb his way up. They hijack him in Carriacou and they impose him.
Who's
and
that?
Nicholas Brafitt. And look what happened. Anytime you try to make a leader, you're in trouble. They must emerge.
Yeah.
You hear Dr. Mitchell say, I have nothing to give nobody. Dr. Mitchell know he cannot make no leader.
He has said time and again he's not going to select anybody.
He said, look,
somebody has to come forward.
Yeah.
He has somebody to come forward. They have to emerge. He have nothing for nobody. He can't come and say, Andre, you is leader tomorrow.
No, you could do that. I Andre. Like.
No, but we will go against it. We oppose it. We go against it. He can't say that. You can't impose. The person must have roots from the bottom, and there must be history of struggle and commitment and conviction, and align with the policy of the party. What wrong you? You could say what you want about Uncle Gary. He paid his dues. You could say what you want about Maurice Bishop. He paid his dues. You could say what you want about Dr. Keith Mitchell. He paid his dues. Even Tillman Thomas paid his dues. What dues this Mitchell guy pay? What he pay? Start paying anything already?
I don't like when you're using Mitchell.
Well, no, the point is that the name is, you can't change the name. You can't change the name.
Use Deacon.
You can't change the name.
Deacon.
You can't change the name.
Deacon somebody.
They like the Mitchell name because the Mitchell name associated with win,
With greatness.
with greatness and victory.
But it's something that we have to understand. Again, I want to go back to where he said that nothing has changed from 1983. If that is what Nigel John wants to say. Now listen to this and listen very carefully. Based on the fact that he's 44, that means he'd have been born about 1977, thereabouts, yeah?
He only almost 6 years.
So that means in this,
No, hold on. He could have been what years old, but he was born in 1977, thereabouts. So, he's like Maurice Bishop, you go to school in Aruba? Where you go to school?
that shows NDC didn't do nothing to him. That shows his own party did nothing at all here.
He went to school. He did very well in school. Young, nice, young, bright lawyer. But I thought he had isn't he the lawyer for
SGU.
SGU?
Yeah.
Isn't he the lawyer for the breweries?
Yeah.
Wasn't he the lawyer, or isn't he the
Really?
lawyer for WRB?
Yeah. Big companies. Big companies.
And he's still saying nothing happened? So how come he's staying great all these years? Where you make that money on them? The same money that you're going and spend. Where you make it?
He was imported, boss, man.
You import the money.
Yeah.
Maybe there was no improvement in Grand Neck when WRB was in charge. You didn't see no improvement.
I am
Flabbergasted?
not flabbergasted, man. Ernesto, I haven't seen you for a while. And I'm going to read the only statement I'm going to read from you. I haven't seen, that's why I'm going to read that one, because I haven't seen you for a while. Thanks for coming. That means that we have your attention today. And you say, Andre, tell me what the NNP and Keith did for all those years in office, and tell me what they created from scratch with their ideas since after 83. I tell you what, Ernesto, I really and truly, I cannot be bothered with your stupidity, man. If it's that way you're going to ask me, Come on, man. You know better than that.
Ignorance.
Ask him if the National Stadium fall from the sky. Ask him if the ministerial complex fall from the sky. Ask him if the new hospital fall from the sky. Ask him if the bus terminals and the cruise ship terminals fall from the sky. Ask him if all the concrete road in the rural community fall from the sky. Ask him that. Ask him the fish market and the new clinics and schools and things fall from the sky.
What can you look?
Ask him.
In Laguna Road.
Well, exactly. All this. Ask him if this thing fall from the sky. You just look at the rural community, telephone, water, light, and so on. The people, property
I ain't even know why Honesto come here today. Why you not going in your convention?
Ernesto, you know what millions of dollars we spend in scholarship to pull people out of poverty? Millions of dollars. If it was not for this government, you think we would have children staying home and getting lessons from the teachers? You don't see that as something important?
In the Caribbean, where students have the tablet given to them like that. Trinidad, Barbados, all these islands,
But I don't know, maybe
behind.
they don't. You show the people realities in the DNA?
Jose Ernesto, talk to him now.
And so we just spent $50 million in school, new schools and school repair. You pass in Montrose, you see Montrose Secondary School.
But look at Nawasa right there, new Nawasa.
Yeah.
What?
Monesto with Bishop College. Mrs. Rock used to follow on student.
Why not PBC?
St. David Secondary School
Ernesto was sent to England
to study.
Well, he go to England and he try something.
The amount of scholarship. No, I showed the amount of scholarship we could compete with the revolution.
And he had to come back, When Ernesto go to England, he try the thing.
That is why I tell you, reality not in the DNA. You're on a different planet.
Ernesto, behave. Go on your convention. Go on your convention and just leave us alone, really, actually, leave us alone. Let me talk among ourselves now, man. Let me kind of gloat today.
Ernesto.
Bothering us. Leave us alone now.
I look at $10 Dr. Mitchell put on road workers' pay.
They take it out.
NDC take it out. They say too much for poor people. And they say Kit Mitchell don't like people. They like poor people.
Yeah, but
they like poor people.
For poor people not to have.
$10 the Prime Minister put on poor people, and Dr. Mitchell put back that $10.
Yeah, Doc, put it back. Right?
Put back that $10 NDC take out. Put it back. Find it somewhere and put it back. Because everybody getting stimulus except them. Road workers don't get no stimulus package. Only the middle class. Only the middle class. The middle class, they know the ropes. They have contract. They have people in the ministry. Them getting it.
We have to fight for the poor.
Of course, that is why the poor and vulnerable. And the veterinarian, they say like, God creates so much poor people. He like them. But somebody have to look back for the poor, the unfortunate, those who left behind. You can't say forget them, let them fight for themselves. No. Sometimes it's no fault of theirs.
Good afternoon.
No fault of theirs.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Kennedy Bulal is Auntie Down. And your, what do you call it, sidekick? Sorry. That's how I put it. But good afternoon again and again. Last week, there wasn't a problem with me having to comment about this issue. What happened more than anything else was that I didn't have much credit. I have credit today. That I could say as much as possible. To the extent, that I could use credit. Relax. Listen to me for a week. A week. To be better. And I listen to that station every day. To me, in this country, the best station in the world. Maybe I'm exaggerating, and maybe I don't have a right to say. I just cost you, and you just cost me too. Big deal about nothing. If you know how I am, I don't fuss about it. Now the issues that you all talk about sometimes, that is acute. To the extent that you are not listening to yourself, there are things you all say, agreeing all the time, it makes no sense sometimes. But at the same time, even there's a chance to talk, as you use the word democracy, opinion is okay. Fine, get it done. There's a lot of problems that's created. So that you go along, obstinity you might say, and it happens to it that as a gospel situation. So it's okay to say it that way. And whatever is said, it's okay to say it. Careful about that.
What are you really saying?
And listen to me carefully.
I don't have to listen because you only have 2 minutes, so therefore you have 30 seconds again.
I'm asking at the same
You have 30 seconds, say it.
I was supposed to start by saying, ask me for a moment, asking for a moment. And Andre, there's a need for that decision. I live in River Valley. There's a problem that is showing up. That is a problem right now, and it's going to continue to be a problem if it's going to continue to happen that way. Down in the situation in the Christian area, we call it Christian area, down in the pasture, you have a problem that's showing up. It's amazing.
Speak your problem now, man.
What is the problem?
Kevin, hold on. Speak your problem because I will cut you off.
Right, I'm going to say.
Speak your problem.
What is happening there? The representative of this constituency has ordered, or I use the word ordered, to get a machine put into the immediate situation that we have with the lights on the field, the light that is going on the field.
Watch, let me tell you something. Your time up, eh? Hold on, listen to me. Your time is up. But
you mind listening a little bit?
If you were to shut up, then you'll hear what I'm saying. Your time is up,
right,
but I'm going to give you 20 seconds, and that's all. Go ahead.
The
because
machine
you've said nothing
is
yet.
going to be using at $20 to get the light on the field. What on earth is that? What sense that make? Whilst we are there using the light, football players are there on evening time. How come we have to pay for to use the light? When there is a whole lot of solar panels and the government is saying by 2030 solar panel and all the renewable resources will be used to negate the problem we have with electricity and what do you call it? Fuel consumption.
Have a nice day. Take care of yourself and God bless you.
I'll call back.
No. Yes, other people has pushed their luck here. And one of the things I want your partner to know, that whenever he wants to contribute on the program, don't get drunk and call.
How you suppose that?
He preambles be so long.
No. He's drunk.
How do you know that?
KB, you told him you was drunk last week. Did you forget?
Well, I guess.
Oh, you guess what I guess it too. Is your brethren in there?
You're my friend.
Yeah, and he had to stop that.
Yeah, but his preambles be so long, he don't come straight to the
has
point.
stop
He had to
that.
come straight to the point.
Up to now.
And the issue I guess he's having, and he said that in the last sentence, Call, I'm coming to you. He said that in the last sentence. The issue that he's having is simply this. The lights, the power being paid for, well, it has somebody has to pay for it. There are no free lunches.
$20.
The GFA is responsible for the one in 4. They have to pay.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever arrangement, the GFA is responsible for the one. All the lights, all the setup, that's their issue. They have to deal with Grenlec and that. Mm-hmm. Now, the very first lights that came to St. Patrick came in Hermitage. Right? Prime Minister Thomas caused those lights to be there. They should have been in 4, but I'm happy he didn't put it in 4 because we not get state-of-the-art lights like what you get. But he caused that to be there. And it started with people paying.
Okay.
It started with people paying.
To use the lights.
To use the lights. Somewhere along the road, it fell through because I guess it was not organized properly. And I'm saying here whether it is power from Grenlec or whether it is solar panels, whatever is used to generate the electricity, there is a cost to it.
Yeah.
But as far
And if
as
SAB get lights, SAB has to understand that there is a cost to it. And if you have to put in $1 for half an hour or $5 for an hour, whatever, you put that in and you know the time you put it in, what you put in is what you get. So I don't understand your part of the problem. We have another caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
good afternoon.
Unfortunately, gentleman has just spoke before. Supposed to be a good friend of mine.
Well, yeah, all your friends and them is so.
What is that? All my friends what?
It's like that.
Well, that mean you too?
No, I'm not your friend.
That mean you starting from you because I consider you to be my friend. Whether you be friend or not, I consider you to be my friend.
Clifford, you get you. Okay, that's good.
No, that gentleman has speak there. We good friend, but I think this is on the wrong foot. If he speaks to him, he taking too much runoff. So tell him, he really take too much runoff if he spins the bowling. And if he's a fast bowler, he better take more speed.
It take him too long to deliver, man.
Yeah. So tell him that he wasn't in it at all. And he's a good friend. I really think that he wasn't in it. And as you say, Mr. Andrew, with whatever source the light coming from, you have to pay for it.
There is a cost.
So that was what he says there. Don't make any sense. I mean, if he wants to that other source, okay, but you have to pay for the light. Well, you use every light. Everybody that have lights in their home, somebody pays for it. Somebody pays for it. So I think he started off on the wrong foot. Exactly. Now, a little bit about this NDC convention.
Why you want to know what people think for?
No, I tend to support to an extent. It appears to me that what the NDC having is not a planned election of officers. Because I heard Mr. Glenn Newell said that 3 persons will be going up for the leadership of the party. And he called Terry Forrester, the gentleman, Mr. Philip, what's his name?
Telesford.
Philip Telesford, and Mr. Mitchell. Right. We also heard that Miss Claudette, we heard her say that she will be contesting the deputy political leader position together with Toes from Grenville and the present political leader.
Yeah.
So I see if you are in charge now and you're stepping down from the leadership to become the second, Possueda is in charge of the NDC now, and Possueda stepping down to become the second. When Possueda told the nation that he have a plan for when he becomes the leader of the party, if he becomes the leader of the party, the same thing happened to Andal. While Andal was preparing his plan, Andal came on the radio and said, these are his plans that he have if he is selected as the leader of the party. All that time, a section of the party held meeting and speaking on what they read on the papers, held meeting with Miss Bonadine to take over the party. So we see the same thing happening again. Every time the NDC have to select a leader, the person that is going on ceremonial.
Handpicked, yeah.
Right? Mr. Nazim Bok, when he was going, said, we cannot continue to do the wrong things wrong and expect order and expect any victory. Therefore, our party base is too low to beat the NMP. That was the words coming from Mr. Nazim when he stepped down. Right? So what we've seen is that every time you have to have a leader in the NDC, you kick in one. You kick in out that one. They did with all of them. When Mr. Bradfield became the Prime Minister, the political leader, put it out as politically that he said only one Thomas in. So that was unceremony because they start fighting. June Foster said she going to be the first woman prime minister. How do you remember that? She and the fella from St. David was quarreling. She and Alexis and them was quarreling. Come on, time for them to change that kind of way. I'll leave it there. But time for them to change this.
Thank you, sir. One of Real 91. Yes, KB?
I was discussing with a couple in NDC in Grenville yesterday.
Why you like
and I give them a bet. I said, let me tell you something. If Dr. Mitchell walked this street with his mask on and he step out from the first bowler and he walk to the next bowler junction, you will get over 100 and call. Dr. Mitch, with his mask on. If Peter David step out with his mask on and walk that street, he will get over 100 call with the mask on, But I'm betting all you.
How you say Andre?
No, not Andre. I don't go into yet. I'm betting all you. Let this Deacon Mitchell step out by the first bowler and take his mask off his face. And if 5 people call him, I'm giving you $500. 5 people call him in Grenville. Because nobody don't know him. Nobody don't know the man. How could you impose somebody on the rank and file? People don't know. Leadership. You don't make leader. You must emerge. And you will pay the price. How long he will take to cultivate relationship nationally for people to know him and like him. Money alone can't win, you know.
But KB, but I don't have no problem with the method of their selection. You know? I have no problem with the method of their selection.
And as an NNP, you're so right.
No, I have no problem with the method of selection.
You know, because one thing I don't want this NDC to do, don't tease NNP people.
No,
don't tease us.
No.
As you start to tease us, we coming out like and we crab hole like Zulu.
Yeah.
It's more come. You just seen us, you don't know where we come out.
I'm trying to find out that thing, boss. You still a registered member of the NDC?
No, man. What do you, man? They throw me out already, man.
Boss, you're not a member of the NNP?
No, me's a NNP by. Me's a supporter NNP.
But
me's a green NNP.
But take out your card.
No. All you go want to discipline me. No. I don't want to be disciplined by NNP. No. I want to be freelance. You see, not all NNP like unwelcome news. And there is time I like to see unwelcome things. A lot of NNP, very thin skin, they don't like unwelcome news. And if I take out a party card, I had to adhere to party discipline. And they could discipline me. Now they can't discipline me. The only thing Andre could tell me, don't come back. But I couldn't take that. But NNP can discipline me. They could discipline Andre, they could discipline you, Messi, but they can't discipline me. I'm not a member of the party. I'm a supporter, and I like the party because of the policy. You understand?
Whoever caller.
Take it.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon again.
Yo, let me tell you something, and I pull down the volume there to talk to you. Yeah, let me tell you something. You're not. Though, as they say, how the song say, don't mistake my weakness for stupidity. I'm letting you know. Good. Your 2 minutes starts now.
And permit me, if I ask him for permission, I live in St. for over 20 years. I'm Dennis Mitchell. I never knew that guy. And my family is generally from St. David. I never have an idea who that guy is.
User Mitchell?
Don't disturb the man, please.
Right?
Go ahead.
When I hear about him, the name actually, he's not my son. So my son is not at old. My first son is about 35, 36. 85 he was born. Thereabout. And that guy is a little bit older, but at the same time, I was wondering who or not he is. at the same time, you're trying to dismiss people and careful about that. If you understand and analyze politics, as you all just say, emerge, people emerge, leaders emerge. Postulator and I have been friends. We had an organization.
First minute gone.
I was part of it. He was the president. I was the spokesman. I present whoever had to be talked about, issues to be talked about on the radio, TV program. I was there. I live in Tenerife for years. I'm pointing out that to make sense of things that you don't take things for granted. And Postulator is a force to reckon with. I know him, he's my good friend. So when I defend him, don't be surprised why I'm defending him. You know, I'm not a bad person. I love kidney. I'm the person who fought for kidney child before anybody in this country.
15 more seconds.
Who appreciate kidney child like me. Kidney is my boy. I love him 1,000,000,000,000,000%. But after that stupid that is going on now, including that same dosage that is happening in
You have a
Rosali,
10 seconds bonus.
I'll deal with it in 10 seconds. Including that stupid that is going on in Rosali, you have to pay money to put on the light. What kind of dosage is that? And the ministry, the minister at the same time, and the ministry is responsible for that.
Have a nice day. Take care of yourself. God bless you.
But Andre, him talking about the lights, paying, in Grenville. Whenever you had football there, they got to pay.
But that is supposed to be the whole thing, you know. Let me tell you something. I believe that right now the people are getting accustomed to the lights, but it is the responsibility of the people who are organizing the grounds and everything like that.
Yeah.
And with the assistance of government to put measures in place to have the lights paid for.
Yeah.
Somebody must pay.
But I tell it happened in Rose.
Right
here.
now, people are just going in Hermitage and switch on the lights. You know. If one man want to play in the pasture, he go in and switch on the lights.
At one time in Rose Hill, he had a committee responsible for taking care of the community center and also responsible for paying the light bills. But those NNP decide they want to go and hold meeting and do assist in paying for the bills. So I think the committee said, no, you all should pay. And they upset. They feel it's because they are NNP group. They're not supposed to assist in paying for the bills. You know? And they upset. Some of them feel just take the key from the woman.
No, they have to pay.
They feel they should go and hold meeting there.
No.
And use the place free because it's NNP people, NNP groups.
Nope.
And these are the problem we have. There must be somebody responsible and pay for the light bills and to keep the place clean.
Let me ask a question. Now, this is a very important question, Gaby. Listen to me very carefully. Do you know what is CBI? Citizen by Investment.
Yeah.
That is where people can literally become a Grenadian because of money arrangements. Right? That is what it is in a nutshell.
Yes.
Is it true that the National Democratic Congress has always been against the CBI?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes.
So
They never like that.
then is it true that a lot of the monies that the maybe soon to be
Coming from CBI.
political leader will get a lot of the monies from members or persons involved in the CBI because he is he is one of the lawyers who has been making a lot of money for himself in the CBI program. So could it be that is where a lot of his money is coming from? So can we agree now that the Congress will be having a different look
At CBI.
at CBI?
I'll give you the story as you bring it up, Andre. When I was in NDC, Nazim Bok brought forward his whole CBI, program in to the cabinet. They beat that. They say, nah, this thing look too much like Kit Mitchell. Sell we passport, you crazy? CBI, no. It doesn't matter what Nazim say. They beat it. Especially the one who was Minister of Health. Miss, forget her name now.
Ann Peters?
Ann Peters. They beat it, you mad? Nazim can come with this thing. Today, they seeking refuge. And
Under the CBI
under
umbrella.
the CBI umbrella. How hypocrite.
I want to ask a question.
Hypocritical these people could be.
Who were the lawyers for the guy who disappeared in relation to the shrimp farm? Who were the lawyers?
I don't know.
Just asking.
I don't know.
Good afternoon.
I'm there again.
Nah, forget that.
No, you're too regular.
You
you keep repeating yourself. You want to take charge of the program.
So what happened? So you feel like drunk then?
I think he's ruled out.
You feel, I don't know. You have to roll all of us.
No, but you can take charge of the program. You
Stop
can,
that stupidness now, man. So
can
what
take
happened?
charge of the program.
Good afternoon.
What you talk about?
I know it's, how do you call it? They use credit, right? Or bonus credit today. Right now, I don't know which about.
John Tricks that might give him credit, man.
John Tricks is better now.
That's your partner.
Hey, partner, no.
Listen.
Hey, partner.
The NDC has claimed that there is no transparency and accountability with the CBI program. Are we going to see transparency and accountability now?
But you see, Andrew, you see, when someone or some persons are not benefiting, they will lambaste and go against any programming or any project on the whole. You understand? And if you realize, no, the NMP, the CBI, this program has done a lot for the country.
Of course, yeah.
He has done a lot for the country and he'll be bringing a lot in the country.
He bring in millionaires and he's spending money.
He's spending money.
And let me ask you a question, Messi. Right? It will definitely have political fallout after this convention. No doubt.
Yes.
Definite fallout. Those NDC now who feel marginalized and those who outlive their usefulness want to come into the NNP. What would you say to them and how would you accept these people?
But KB, let us know, KB. First of all, anybody who wish to join the NNP as long as for national development, I will take them on board, but it's a national development.
So once they're interested in the development of this country, and they want to join the NNP,
yes, I have no problem.
So you could come from NDC in the morning and say, I vex with them because of the convention. I don't like how things go on. I want to now become a member of the NNP and to help develop this country. Would you put out the red carpet for them?
I will. And what's your KB? If you realize, you are the ex-NDC. I was a member of the NDC also. And you was a member of the NDC also. You understand? And it's because...
What are you calling my name for, Jay?
The NNP stretch a hand.
Believe in inclusiveness.
And believe in inclusiveness.
Yeah, that's what make them strong.
And nation building.
Yeah.
You understand?
Oh.
We are here now. And we could speak. Because, KB, when I came on board with the NNP, that the most love
You ever see
KB. I tell you what you love.
Nothing strange when I came back in NNP because I had that feeling long before there was no sight of seizing political power. Those NNP are really saluting. You see those old NNP who stood up with Dr. Mitchell against Blaze? You see Prescott Swan, I will salute him. Copperhead, salute him. Big Deer, salute him. Gregory Boyne, salute him. Mr. Larry Joseph, And people like Grace Duncan, salute them. These are people who stood up with Dr. Mitchell in the most difficult time. I'll give you a story you won't believe. Do you know in Dr. Mitchell's first election running as political leader for the NNP, I had a trooper. You know my trooper was the only trooper had a NNP sticker on it. People funny, boy, when you have power, you seen all kind of friend. When you don't have power, people pushing their hand in the pocket, they don't want to tell you, wave for you or tell you good morning, you know. It's a strange thing.
Yeah.
You got Dr. Mitchell, everybody, Dr. Mitch. Let's suppose Dr. Mitchell do have power tomorrow. When some of them see them, they might shove their hand in the pocket, they don't want to wave for it. But this thing is a funny thing. People gravitate towards power as how the plants gravitate towards light. And once NNP keep power, you see, as I say, don't tease us. We will hold on to power as long as we continue to serve the people. As long as we continue to speak the language the people want us to speak. You understand? In this round is whose interest you seek. Either you seek the big multinational interests or you seek the poor man interests. Now, NNP always seek the poor man interest and the country interest. The other party, they always seek the interests of the upper class, the interests of the multinationals. But that is why. What caused Dr. Mitchell to survive so long is whose interest he seek, you know. Yes, he go for big business, but he don't betray the command man.
And KB, I will come in now. Now, what I realize even with Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Mitchell never forget his foot soldiers.
Never, boy.
What, you know? Dr. Mitchell ensure that his foot soldiers are taken care of. So when it's time for war, everyone is prepared to fight the battle.
Yeah, they have conviction.
Before he call the answer and is ready for battle.
You wonder why is
I
it?
want you both to just stop this for a minute. I like the fight talk, all you're talking. You understand? I like the vigilance. But I want that to resonate with the NNPites who are listening.
Why you think we talking that
No,
talk?
I want it to resonate with them, you know, because I want them to realize and to know that the time is now. You know.
Yes.
Oh, the political hunting season open?
Yes.
What, you know?
When you open today?
Open now.
Yeah.
I tell you to open now. Listen, NNP cannot do so and sit back and believe that it's business as usual. Business as usual for NNP, you know what it costs? Two things. It cost them 8-7. They barely scrape home. And then it cost them 11-4. That was business as usual. So on two occasions, they understand and know that business as usual, which is sitting at home and saying, hey,
We win already.
we win already.
Complacency. We got complacency.
as
It's their
you
biggest
just said.
enemy.
That is NNP's biggest enemy. And they
Yeah.
have to understand now,
Yeah.
hunting season open. People to be registered. To ensure that new people I'm talking about to be registered.
Yeah.
And knowing that they're members of
Yeah.
the NNP. People to ensure that they're re-registered to vote. There is a lot of work to be done. And the work has to be done by the same people you just spoke about, the foot soldiers.
yeah.
And you have said that the Prime Minister has taken care, the political leader has taken care of his foot soldiers.
yeah.
It's now time for the foot soldiers to work.
To deliver.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is what it is.
I tell you one of the...
No, I ain't finished.
Right.
The different caretakers. KB, you're on your phone again. You give me your phone.
Cut it off.
And I'm going to power it off now. I hope it can go power off. Oh boy.
Why disturbing me then no on radio? Let's cut it off now.
I hope they stop calling. But yeah, KB, we cannot allow the base
To go and sleep.
to go and sleep. It is time to waken and light the lamps.
All the caretaker of constituencies.
The caretakers of the different constituencies throughout. It is time for them to do so and stand up and say, okay, fine, let's work.
Get up and smell the coffee. They have to.
Wake up and smell that coffee.
Yeah.
But if you are accustomed sitting down on your rocking chair and sing rock and roll for 4.5 years, and election day the prime minister win for you, why you should get up and do any serious
I'll
political
tell
work
you why.
when there is no consequence for you not doing political
I will
work?
tell you why now you need to. Because we are in a different time. Elections and campaign. The campaign will not be what it was. This is not the time when Keith Claudius Mitchell will be attending 4 and 5 meetings in a night.
COVID don't allow it.
No, he's not going to be speeding all over the country to rescue your brrrr. He ain't got time for that. It's no longer going to be that. You, the caretaker, who we expect, and I'm talking throughout the nation, you, the caretakers who we expect to be chosen as candidates to go forward and to represent us. It is time for you to start doing the work. You cannot remain invisible. You cannot.
You cannot win it on Zoom.
No. I mean, listen, more than ever, you need to follow your protocols. So nobody's telling you to rush out there and go here and go there and put yourself
At risk.
at risk. No. But you have to do so and come up with a plan that you know will work for your constituency.
How could you connect?
Every single polling division will be different. You may find a polling division that nobody has a smartphone. And even if they have it, they don't accredit it. They only have it for people to call them and for them to do so and get like a Wi-Fi somewhere to use. No, that's what it is.
But Andre,
And we have hold on. This is something that we have to know. Every single polling division throughout the country is different, distinctly different. Let us suppose that it is Nicholas Steele who is running the South. Yeah, let's suppose that he's running the South. He has to know, how am I getting the people that supported me, how am I getting them in Lansapin? How am I energizing them? How are you energizing them when some of these people will not be allowing people to come in their house because of COVID?
You have to contact my phone.
So he has to know how to deal with it. They must have a plan.
Yeah.
And they must submit their plan to whosoever is responsible for PR in the party, that grouping, to scrutinize and say, okay, fine, yes, we can go with that plan.
It must be detailed.
It must spell out what is
Because
happening.
you're right, different home, you have to attack them differently. Every home is different.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir, good afternoon.
And to your panelists.
good afternoon.
Yeah. When I listen, people ask the question of what has been the NNP performance or what the NNP had done since they had been in office from 1995. You know, I was trying to figure out what's really the reason in asking that question. I just try to not to puzzle the whole idea of the asking the question. But what I could remember very well, after the proposed bill by the revolution in 1983 and also in 84 by the government that was there, wasn't the elected government that yet. From that time to now, up to this point in time, nothing of international standing or standard had never been built in Grenada except the NNP government had done it. We had other governments besides the NNP. And everybody has seen these things to be done as a risk, chance taking. Imagine you have a hospital, cockroaches and rats was patients in the hospital as well. And government come and they never see that a new hospital should have been built. The NNP came and they built a new hospital, but yet they say that NNP didn't care about health. So the purpose of the hospital was perhaps is to get tourists inside there. It wasn't for patients. It was tourists when people come with the cruise ship, they could put them up there. So we don't care about health, we care about tourism. That is what they try to make us believe. And all the rest of things, and if I go to, one of it I'm very, very much concerned about is the development of the rural communities. And I want to speak about electricity, water, and the roads. Electricity has been in Grenada donkey years. Look at the size of Grenada. Grenada has been there, and when NNP came in office in 1995, I was surprised to know just a little over 50% in Grenada had electricity now. And look at the size of Grenada. Dr. Mitchell said, you need to develop people, and to develop people, you have to give them the things that they need to live with. And don't talk of development without developing the people in the true sense. And he put electricity throughout Grenada, all through Nutmeg and Banana, where people didn't even have a road yet to go to the home properly. There was electricity in the place that the children they could have accessed television, radio, and have a little fridge. And then he turned to the roads. The water was all over the place. People stopped blowing water with buckets and them kind of stuff. So when, the question of what has the NNP done, and, those are small amounts, There's a lot more if you want to know. But those are the things I think we should never try to forget and pretend. We ask them questions like what the NNP has done since they came. They don't see the transformation that the government has made to the lives of its people, of we Grenadians. Business places in certain communities now you're seeing would have never been if it hadn't been for the NNP developing the roads and bringing electricity and water in them places. The same people that are accepting the big business now and having a lot of money in their pocket asking questions, stealing them. They come out miles away and come back and build a business where they are there, and asking what the NNP has done. If the NNP did that, they would have lived where they was and come and open a business in the community where I live in. They would have never done that. You understand? So the question of yes, puzzles. What answer they're looking for? Have a good evening, boss.
You too,
brother, talk. People like you, we want on radio in different constituency. Come out and say what the NNP have done. Come out and big up your MP. You have certain constituency, not one day. They encourage even their supporters to call and say, hey, thank you. In certain areas, I see real work done. Work that haven't done before. The parliamentarian get it done. The ministry get it done. And they don't even encouraging their supporters to call and say, hey, thanks to the government. People like you, we want in different constituency. Call out. People in St. Patrick West. What positive impact this NNP. You have seen under this NNP. Call and say, hey, thank you. Don't roll over just so. No. Don't leave it only up to Andrew Donald, Kennedy Butler, and Messi to blow the horn. No, you in your constituency. Call out. There is a lot of things happening in your village. Call and say thank you, Sister Skita Lewis. Thank you, Sister Delma. Thank you, Miss Bean. Thank you, Miss Pierre. That is what you have to do as a NNP Buffalo. Don't sit down and say, hey, I speaking to one of the NNP that he tell me he asking them for a little money to put on a card, on a phone to call. You can put $5 on your phone to make a call every month. As a country, give back to your party. You benefit for the party right through the years. Yes, some people sucking the milk, eating our food, and you don't want to give back nothing by even calling and say thank you for the piece of road, thank you for the community center, thank you for the hospital, thank you for the scholarship. Nothing you're saying? Come on, you have to do better than that. Don't roll over just so. You have to stand up and fight and defend your political leader, defend your parliamentary representative, defend your party, defend your country. I wonder why in the revolution we had only 32 members in the party. I asked Bernard Coad, only 32 of us that is members of the party. He said, KB, I want no windbag. Don't come and full up the party. When we ask you to do political work, you say you're busy. When we ask you to do political work, you find excuse. You have to perform with distinction to be a member of the party. Anytime we ask you to do political work, even though you have to work, you're there. Rain falling, you're there. Sun, you're there. Storm, you're there. That is the kind of workers we want. Not come and full up the hall and green teeth with the political leader. And when we ask you to do political work, you go and hide, you're busy, you can't do nothing. But every time the political leader come, you come in and shake hand and skin teeth. He say no windbagism in this party. You must perform to be a member of this party. And you see in NNP, the reason why a lot of them getting away with it, there is no consequence for when one failed to do political work. Free lunch. He have this thing. You see, Dr. Mitchell would not be there all our life, you know. He always saying, politicians need to have a private life after politics. One day he's going to say, bye-bye blackboard, and we will be left on our own. So we have to prepare ourselves psychologically now and start working and don't depending on him all the time. You have to prepare yourself. Because the gains our gains we achieve now, you don't want it to roll back. Because the next government coming, they might say, I'm done with the money. I'm done with the health program. Social safety net. I'm done with the traffic warden. Geriatric care program where you have the people going and look after the elderly, making sure that they get a bath, making sure they get a medication, making sure you comb their hair and massage them. They might done with that because they don't care about old people. They don't care about the senior citizens of this country. No, these are gains you have to protect. Millions of dollars in scholarship to pull your children out of poverty. They may done with that. They go say, you have to learn to fish for yourself. You have to learn to find it for yourself.
Buy a boat.
Buy a boat for yourself and go and fish for yourself.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good program. I just want to support that last caller, made some very valid points, and I just want to add to what you said. You know, the infrastructural development that's done by the New National Party created investment climate, because you could, an investor could come and you will tell him right around the country and choose which part you want to set up your business. That is the kind of development, and I must give credit to the administration or Prime Minister and the Honorable Gregory Boyne, who is unbeatable with that track record. And even much more, that you can set up your renewable energy according to what your business might be in going forward to the reduction of electricity. Also, I just want to say that the NNP has also a track record of peace, reconciliation, and love. Coming in 1995, we have seen the unity of our people. You know, the peace, the love, the healing. And Dr. Mitchell, our Prime Minister, and the NNP always reaches out to people. Love, reconciliation, healing, Project Grenada. We can't forget that. And I just want to say in closing that, you know, let us continue to encourage our people to take the vaccine who don't do it as yet. And let us follow our protocols. Because I'll tell you, November and December, let's not drop our guards. Because believe you me, KB, Andrew, and Nessie, I don't want our next lockdown in January. And I want our people to be smart, obey the protocols, and let's keep protecting lives and saving livelihoods, safeguarding livelihoods in Grenada as we move on and advance. And I ask God to take you all in high esteem and to bless you all to continue that good program. And Mr. Donald, Real FM, not left out. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Talk, sister, talk.
That's a buffalo.
I'll tell you one thing. You see that statement, these two column, before we had what you call loop side planning, everything is in St. George's. But when you have road, electricity,
And water.
telephone and water in the rural community, it's for economic growth. People don't have to say, you listen, Livera. Hotel going up in Livera now because you have all those infrastructure there. Let's suppose there was no electricity, no water, no road. Who can build hotel in Livera? You have to lay the foundation for national development right through this country. Before, everything was concentrated in St. George's. Now, in the rural community, or Dr. Mitchell say, look, you must build the infrastructures in the rural community to spread it throughout this country.
Look at St. David's.
You're building roads in every corner, every village. You're putting water in every village, electricity in every village, telephone in every village. You create that atmosphere that for infrastructure development, that's to support economic growth. You can't build it only in St. George's. You asking what the government do? Boy, in certain village, in my village in Ahoma, if my grandparents rise from the grave now, they won't believe it's Ahoma. Because
Got a call. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Speak
Good
up,
afternoon.
Speak up, please. Speak
Very
up,
low.
please. Speak up. Speak up.
Hello,
yeah, we're hearing you now.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Ta from Shanziman.
Yes, sir. How you doing, City?
I'm doing fine.
Okay.
I'm calling to congratulate my government for job well done. Health people, they do very well, especially in my village, the house to house. They go and a few of them take vaccines well enough. I was pleased, and especially I would like to congratulate Mr. Victor Philip for running around with them. He did very good the few Sundays. Joined with Mr. Boson, and they did very good. I like to see that. I like to congratulate them, and especially that government, hats up to them. And continue, then Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, you do it very well. We don't have to be afraid because you is a hero. And it only takes special people to be a hero. Don't be coward. I know you're not a coward, man. So you only want the support and the people to stand together with you, this NP, to go and do what they have to do, as you said. Right now, where I live, I have 4 pieces of road, concrete road now. Besides, we have about 200 and something people go to work. We don't check no yet, no green that people going to work, and so on. So pleased to see that. You don't have no complaint. Anybody complain is because they want to complain. I like to see in a different area where I go around and walk and I see things is going very well. So we're only asking the people to continue doing what they have to do, take the vaccine, and take care of themselves and the family, because if they go there and they get hurt, if the family get hurt too. So this is the reason why we have to just continue telling it to them, and everywhere you go, and you're making them definitely know how dangerous it is. But a lot of people, everybody is not the same person as all you know. Once we say in one, the opposition saying another.
Correct.
They say they put water in it, and especially XYZ. But you don't bother with them. We just have to do what we have to do and make sure this election we won again.
Yep.
By doing the best of our ability.
All
And
right.
congratulations to Mr. Victor Philip. You know, he is a caretaker and he's trying his very best together with Mr. Boson and the others. Let us join hands and hands together to see that we bring victory in St. Patrick's Way.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
You are Buffalo.
But we haven't heard you for a long time. What happened? Did he cut off your phone?
Yes.
You always raise my spirit. I always want to hear you.
So when there's business people saying about NP's handout,
there was handout too, and they're getting the remainder of the handout.
Oh yes, oh yes.
I don't understand when you say NNP's handout. Don't worry the political grasshopper on them. Because people definitely seeing the kind of people they like themselves. Love themselves and the money and forget the rest. But wheresoever they go, they will win. Because they have a God in the heavens, man.
All right.
Everybody could sit there right now. They are political grasshopper.
Yes, man.
They're jumping from bridge to bridge. So we don't have to bother with them.
We like that call. We like that call, and we will appreciate to have that call and more calls on Sundays like this.
Yes, that is what we have to do. We have to join hands and hearts together and do what we have to do. Because we want victory and the wrongs are all. Okay?
No less than 15.
Watch now, somebody just send me a message. They say, time the house.
Yes. And I will continue being in this house as long as I have life and health and strength.
All right, love. Take care of yourself.
You're welcome.
All right,
You
good.
see,
Bye-bye.
Andre,
We are buffaloes.
that's what I see. You see when you have food solar like this,
Yes, man.
you know, they're ready for the war.
Yeah, man.
You understand?
Buffaloes.
Because, yeah, and I will always compliment all the MPs and caretakers.
Yeah.
You understand? Because no, they have the food solars ready.
Call.
You understand?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm there. How you doing?
I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
They go jump high, they go jump low again, the same 15.
15 again.
That sound like Denny, sir.
15 again. Right? They go jump high, they go jump low. Again, 15. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, Osman.
Boy, I love the confidence of the NNP. You know, and I'll tell you, they see in performance. They feel in performance. And I'll tell you, they don't give up on the political leader. They have confidence in the political leader. And once you don't lose confidence and you trust the judgment of your political leader, you will always work hard, you know, and develop that firm conviction, you know, what you believe in.
But KB, if you travel around the island, the amount of projects you will see going on
In a pandemic,
in a pandemic time,
with money scarce.
you know, and it's only a government
Yeah.
that cares and have quality leader.
Yes, man.
You understand? That can perform like that now.
Now, foresight.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, brother.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Good afternoon to everybody. Tout le monde bye-bye. I calling from St. David's. And remember, you had no road, no dead-end road in St. David's.
Sure?
No dead-end roads at all.
You start one and you end up in the next one?
No dead-end road. I could tell you that.
That's a good piece of history.
I could tell you that. When that man take over, the Honorable Dr. Kid Claudius Mitchell, I could tell you, they had a lot of dead road. I could tell you that. Where I stay now, in the 70s, was Stone Street, they used to call you know. West Side, Stone Street. You can't even stuff where all where you go. Was there nothing dead now? Real road. Electricity right through. Water right through.
Telephone right through.
Telephone, all what you could think about right through. People don't cooking on coal pot, cooking on stove.
Let it go, tell them.
Who bring it? And a man running up him out. The how much years he did in NDC. He don't see nothing. Mr. Terry Forrester,
He
you
blind.
have to be careful of yourself.
Yes, I come down with Jacob.
You don't get in nothing.
Don't tease us, don't tease us.
What happened to Terry Forrester at all? I go blaze him up.
Yes, I.
Justice. That it's wicked because he didn't get a
Senator.
Passport. That you live in MP4, but you're too stupid. Oh my God. Lord have his mercy.
I hope you get your passport in NDC.
When you get a passport,
So-
you could get a pass. I won't say the word.
So, Miss Jacob, we give them 15 again?
A big 15 negative. Trust me. And I have a good representative for Sandy.
Yes.
Oh my God. I don't call him Big Belly.
Stop teasing me.
Anytime I see Oliver, is the belly a punching?
Well, he like people. He likes people.
I tell you.
He likes people.
He's love.
People.
He's a love.
But tell him to stop giving away all his salary every month. Save some for himself.
I'm tired.
Why doesn't NP give out all the money every month?
And I tell Dr. Kiddy already. I said, Doc. He said yes to visa. I call him 3 times. He said yes to visa. I said, Doc, I'm making 10 children and bring for you to mine.
Well, he mining already. Among that children, Dr. Mitchell mining in St. Andrews.
A lot
We
of
are
children.
monked.
Jacob, have a good afternoon today. God bless you.
Miss Jacob, we are among that children, Dr. Mitchell mining already.
All right, take care.
Okay.
All right,
Have a
good.
blessed evening. God
You too.
bless you. Love you. Keep
Take
up
care.
by your good work.
Thank you.
Right.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. 9 minutes start is before the top 3 o'clock. Good afternoon, Grenada. Good afternoon, Carrico, Petey Martinique, and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. The world, 107.9 inside of Fun City, Brooklyn. Yes.
And NP supporters.
I was going to say,
sweet,
I just wrote something.
Go right ahead.
It says, PR. What is being done? When are we going to start? Who's leading it? Why are we lagging behind? When are we going to really do something about it? And where are we going to be without it? PR. Kebi, we really need.
You know, we need to step it up. And you see, the listeners, NNP listeners, $5 is not a lot. Put it on your phone. Call from different villages.
And that is
Call
how the PR has to start, eh?
in different villages.
Just like what we are doing now.
You see, Miss Jacob.
Because more people will
Yeah.
know of different things that are happening in different places. Put a couple of dollars in your phone.
Phone here and call.
And we've made it nice. You know the number here, 4420-1175.
175.
We've made it easy. You can go by a neighbor and sit down and get some Wi-Fi, and you can call us.
Ask-
We've made it that easy for you. Good afternoon. How you doing?
Good afternoon again, sir.
Good afternoon.
I tend to support 2 main statements that you all just make there. The one you're saying you're making right now, and about the development of the rural enterprise. PR, highly important. And not just the PR, but when projects are sleeping, somebody should be able to tell us why those projects are sleeping. So we need the PR, but we need persons with the authority to tell you why some projects are sleeping. I tell you why. There's a project in Florida, going up to Florida, where they normally call Snake Road. That was started more than a year, but almost 2 years. And there's a gentleman that calls almost every few weeks on Shaggy's program, speaking about it. A bridge was supposed to be building there, and something happened. No work has been done on it for a very long time, and nobody seems to be answering those questions. And that puts a damper on government. When you have a project like that is sleeping, you should have some information from authority why those projects are sleeping. It was given a contract based on my understanding to somebody. I don't know whether it's material, whether it's payment, whether it's what, but the project is sleeping. And it's affecting people on the Florida side, which are called Snake Road. That was a very controversial road when he started. Persons that had lands on the side of the road, like St. Paul and a lot of the people that had lands up there was very hesitant in cutting a nutmeg branch to improve that road there. I remember that, and that was a project of the NMP, and it caused a lot of friction with people who want to cut out nutmeg branch. Today, everybody that lives in Florida see the benefit and the use of that road, because the other road does be busting at certain times. That's the other Florida main road. So that is where PR comes in a lot again, because projects doing in certain areas and certain people within the area don't even know about them. So we definitely have to step up on PR. And as I said, and the information as to when projects are slipping, why they are slipping. That is highly important. The next one is rural development. Rural development is so important. At once, the NDC was accusing the NMP for only building concrete, only dealing with concrete. Today, the same NDC saying that when they come in power, they have to develop the rural areas more. And that is what the NMP have been doing long. You just talk about hotel in hotels and whatnot. We know in St. David's hotels. We know in other areas where feeder roads have been done. So this government is famous for doing rural development, but there seems to be some problems there. For instance, we have Pleasance Estate, which is owned by the Postal. It's about almost 600 acres. And at present, perhaps about half of that is being worked. That estate have about 40 persons working, 30 to 40 persons working, and they could employ much more people. But they need a lot of help. So the rural development in that area, if it is developed and more people can find employment there, it will help a lot. We have the Douglaston Estate in St. John. You could call it the cream of St. John, because Douglaston starts from the cemetery, the playing field, all that is in the heart or in the point of Douglaston Estate.
All right, you have 30 seconds, yeah?
Yeah. This area there need development. There was an investor that was interested, and Mr. Peter David is aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
At least he was instrumental in getting that person. But
Okay.
because of the family dispute, I think it is time that government should step in and do something, because it's a very, very important development for the rural area. Very highly important.
All
So
right, Bridget.
I think something should be done there. So we have to press on to those people and them in authority to make sure that something come out of that.
All right, bro, thanks.
Good.
Take care.
Andre, how could we get
What?
a PR group in every constituency?
No, there is.
So they could call and highlight.
Kibi, in my knowledge and understanding, every constituency has a PR person and a PR team.
And why they turn down? Who cut off the tongue?
No, that's who cut off the tongue. No, we have to be on the representative back. You understand? Because now it's time for this machinery
You just
to be
asked me about
oil
this.
and grease.
You asked me about this thing, and I told you it's today. Season open today.
Yeah.
The political hunting season open
Yeah.
today.
You open
Yes,
today.
sir. So
As
all
far as I'm
machinery has
concerned,
to be function now.
For the new national party, it is open today.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, and I'll be very, very frank with this. When it comes to chairmanship and secretary and treasurers, you find that people are very cautious as to who they put in these positions. Understanding that, okay, fine, there's a need to put someone there who can handle this. in more than 80% of the cases, someone who has to do public relations, you can't be that man. Because that is like almost a nothing job. That is how they've treated it. Not understanding that public relations is as important as the chairman, or even more important than the chairman. Because if that person is not able to help you paint the best picture,
they could either make you or break you.
Make you or break you.
Yeah.
And in a lot of the cases, we take someone and just let Andre hold that PR.
Without any training.
Well,
don't understand what is PR.
Exactly. I prefer to say that. Because not very many people you will get who will have training, but you put somebody who does not understand what is, well, not PR, what it is meant to be in their terms, the PRO. That is how it is. Some of them don't even know what PRO means. And that's a fact, KB. And that is where the party needs to elevate itself from. You spoke of there are PR committees in every constituency. You spoke of that, and I believe I agree with you. But it doesn't mean that they could work.
If they say
it doesn't mean that it could work. And between me and you, too many cooks spoil the broth now.
Yeah.
You have to have a situation where there is a grouping, a special grouping as put together by the executive, as put together by the person who is responsible for public relations to the party, but this group who works. Not a group that they for name, they work.
But Andrew, you must understand the politics. You must understand the politics, Andrew.
Yeah, but they say you have to train them.
You must understand the politics. Because each PR person in every constituency has the right to report the occurrence that happens in the constituency.
How could a parliamentary representative feel comfortable when months go, months come, nobody in his or her constituency don't call in on the radio and say thank you or big up that parliamentarian or defend the political party or defend the political leader? How this parliamentary representative could feel comfortable when nobody don't say nothing about them?
But you see, KB, what's going on, eh? Now, as I always say, now, the NMP representatives are not the yard full type.
Huh?
You understand? They are not the yard full type.
They
don't make noise.
They don't make
noise. No matter how many eggs you lay, you understand?
They remain quiet.
You remain quiet. You understand?
You don't go so.
But it is time for them to come out from the shell.
What shell?
You
They're not in any shell.
Don't
give them the credit of being in no shell.
Or come out in the comfort zone.
Come out from your comfort zone, correct.
Yeah.
They're not in no shell.
Because what you
come from your comfort zone.
All we I pass IT projects, you know. All what you roads, drains, you know, back walls going on.
I'll give you a story. I had a solar training in my barracks called Brian Felix from St. David's. We used to call him Beige. That guy was the best shooter in anti-aircraft. Just shoots a flare in the sky and Beige will shoot it down from St. David's. He died now. Then I interviewed...
How do you know that when he never shoot down no aircraft?
No, I tell you, he shoot a flare in the sky.
Oh, he shooting
and
flare?
he shoot down the flare.
Okay.
You understand? Bishop, all of them say they want their son to train in anti-aircraft because that guy was so good. Then I interview a guy in Telescope. He tell me his name is Brian Felix. I say, Brian Felix, you sure you're good as the Brian Felix at training the army? I'll test you and interview that Brian Felix. And he did not disappoint me. Andre, that Brian Felix was so good. He answered all my questions on your radio station in Telescope. And I said, look, this guy is so good in PR. But I never heard him call on the radio and big up Miss Pierre. Because I said, look, so much project in Telescope, the coffee plant, being transformed.
But you have to understand one thing here, KB, which is very important. the PR person, the person who is responsible for the PR, may not necessarily be a very good vocalist. So what he or she has to do is to choose someone who is in the group and say, okay, fine, I am going to do the work behind the scenes. You will be my spokesperson. You will call the radio stations. You will do whatever interviews. You will be the face, because that person may be stuttering. That person probably stutters and not necessarily, but they can put stuff together.
Yeah.
So we have to know the challenges of the individuals and know exactly what they can do before we make them public relations officers. That's a very serious thing. Two things that I think we trivialize. Another one is the welfare officers.
Yeah.
We trivialize the welfare officers, not realizing that these are the officers who could get us into KB's home. You know why? Because as welfare officer, that person would have visited KB before.
Yeah.
So that is the person to get you into KB's home, you know? Not necessarily the chairman, you know? The chairman have other things to do. The welfare officer, your welfare officer and your public relations officer, very, very important. Let the treasurer count the money that you're going to make and that you have to spend. Let the treasurer count the money. Let the secretary put together letters that people send to the secretary so that these letters have to go out. But your public relations officer and your welfare officers, they are the ones who should be leading your different teams going out into the constituency. Why? Because they would have been in contact, or they should have been in contact with the people in the different houses. That is what has to happen.
I was impressed one day. I went to a meeting, an NNP meeting in Tivoli, and there was a sister by the name of Marklina Nelson. She was able to tell us every home who have already received bathroom and toilet, who started on their own, who needed help, who the government assist, you understand? And who they intend assisting in the future. Every home. I was so surprised.
No, but
What constituency is that?
In St. Andrews Northeast, in the Tivoli area. She said, KB, the amount of people already receive assistance from the government, toilet and bathroom. Some people started on their own, and the government assists them, which is good. And she in detail, because she goes around, she speaks to people, and I was so impressed. And my problem is that this thing happen in different constituency, but nobody saying anything. Nobody, not to say. I remember in a place at what time in Telescope, a lot of people used to assemble and do the washing by the roadside.
By the office?
Lower down, and
well, basically, wasn't it by the office? Where
they're doing washing by the roadside. You have confusion because someone to put the hose and so on. You know, Miss Pedro, she and so nearly all of them get water in the home. So that problem you have on the roadside, you eliminate that problem, and they just go and the government paid for that connection for all of them. So nearly all of them have water in the home now. And nobody never call and say thanks. I remember in SAS, we're going down by SAS, the bottom of SAS. That water used to be stagnant. They really built a new
the
supermarket around there. Stagnant there for years. And Miss Pierre did a good piece of work there.
Yeah.
And blocked the road there for a couple of days and solved that problem.
Yeah.
And nobody never call and congratulate her or say thanks. These are the problem we're having. You must, but she have to take responsibility for it too. Ensure demand. Some people, what you do for the party for the whole year, nothing. What you do for the party, you call and defend your prime minister for the year, no. You call and defend your your parliamentarian for the year, no. What you do for the party for the year, you say you're strong in NP. What you do for the party for the year?
But
you give assistance anyway, no. You attend a meeting, no. What you do? You say you're strong in NP.
A lot of our supporters tends to come out when election.
We need more than that.
Yeah. So no, most time when it's election season, and you say you open today, you will hear them more vocal, calling the radio, and promoting the MPs, And I am appealing to them now, as from today. Each representative or caretaker, mobilize your PR personnel.
Yes.
So they can call the radio, call this program, and let the people know what is going on in your constituency.
Only that we ask of you,
We want the nation to know what is going on here, what is going on in your area. We don't want nobody to say that the NMP is only tonguifying and having projects only in St. George's.
No.
Let them see that throughout the length and breadth of Grenada,
there is development.
There is development and projects.
Of course. We only asking you to call 442-0175 and say thank you, Mr. Dabrio. Thank you, Mr. Buson. Thank you, Miss Dr. Mitchell. Thank you, Mr. Bowen. Thank you, Mr.
I'll
David.
put it this way. It's a very simple thing. Do like Ta. Call.
Yeah.
And let us know what is happening in your village. There are 9 different polling divisions or 9 different villages in St. Patrick.
Call.
In St. Patrick West. On Sundays, we should get at least 4 or 5 callers from that area. From these polling divisions. Because there are 9, right?
Yeah.
There are 6 in the east. But you should get at least 2, 3 on a Sunday. How many you have in your constituency? You have 7. You don't hear people unless. Where's the guy from? The guy who likes to call your friend. McDonald.
He lives in Munich.
Oh, he lives in Munich.
Yeah, but he's a good caller.
Right?
Yeah.
He's in the
Southwest.
Southwest?
Yeah, but he represents Northwest.
Northwest,
Represent Northwest.
You know what upset me with my friend Mil Pig? They just renovate the River Sally School. And he never call and congratulate,
for that work.
For that work. But he spot the negative.
Yeah.
He feel comfortable calling and talk about the negative, and the positive he will never call and big up, congratulate all the new roads. Look at me, your friend Terrence going to start a new piece of road. Why don't you call and big up the representative?
But I tell you, KB, in this COVID time, the amount of roads and projects I've seen going on right now.
Yeah.
You understand? It amazes me.
Yeah, and what happened if that economy was booming and we didn't have that setback with COVID, boy? Imagine that in that crisis we're still able to survive.
Yeah.
Hey, teachers get the money, boy. Police get the money.
Yeah.
I don't hear nobody say nothing. Oh, the place quiet, so Andrew, you hear nothing?
My name big. Easy to call.
Well, I don't hear nobody say nothing normally. And now they say they expect their money end a month. But I hear nobody say nothing. I say, well, what happened?
I make sure everybody get the money.
Oh, they get it? That's why they ain't talking?
Yeah. I met one of my friends who's a police, He said, Messi boy, I get $700. I go in, buy calico and buy a mattress. You see, I ain't think that sense and spend nowhere. I go buy calico and buy a mattress. I tell you, Thursday, me have meeting in Grenville.
I find it so quiet. I say, well, something wrong.
Yeah.
Why, you see, Dr. Mitchell, a man of his word.
You guys just agreeing with what I've been saying. And I've been saying it all along, not just today. That the PR is not there, KB. That PR is supposed to be so good that people are supposed to be looking and see who get money to see them go and make profit of life.
Yeah. Asking you if you get money, you don't sign.
If I get?
No, if the teachers and police got to hear nothing.
Ask them.
I'm going to get the money.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Andrew That is my big boss, Mr. Messi, and my bigger boss in the back, which is Mr. KB.
Afternoon, sir.
All right, this is Tito in the Coco.
Tito good, but what
presiding at
happening?
Sugar Hill.
Yeah, man.
I throwing too much water in my pot, so I had to close the stove and cook on your stove. Because Mr. Andre is a very good man. Mr. KB, I hardly know Andre, but Mr. KB, I know KB from like a little boy growing. And Mr. Messi, all time thank him for, the support, because he's a man, if you bring in a little something, he know to himself have a garage thing, he does all the time support me. So you have to give thanks for the goodness. All right. I want to talk on the behalf of Miss Kate Lewis, my lovely, 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 good, caring minister, which is Miss Kate Lewis, my neighbor, my friend, my sister, everything in one. Well, like, everybody don't listen that same station, but like, I know been driving on the road and like, the van come out and pick up that station he was on. So I end up call and get Mr. Andrew number, because this is a station I never have a number for to call. And I is a very regular, because he's one of them PRO who work in the office with Miss Kate Lewis. And this Shaggy program, I all time make sure and try my best, because there is a lot of people in the constituency who can't move about, who like, aged people who inside, who might be on wheelchair, but I'm only talking about the people who don't move around, who don't really know and see what's going on in the constituency, because them hardly move around. So I just try my best to call on Shaggy program and all other program to make, all when I was in Tatola last year, that was my job, because I'm in Tatola and I'm still calling in Grenada, which is Shaggy program. Because sometimes when I go up on Facebook and I'm sitting, as I'm calling uplift Miss Kate Lewis, and as I'm asking God to continue giving her strength and bless her for the good works and the good things. But what I want people in my constituency to know, everybody cannot, I go refer that word again, cannot get things at the same time. Because remember, it's not me and you alone who are living in the constituency. There is many. You understand? So some go get, sometimes they're behind to come to get, but these days, as long somebody know well, Tito get. I only join our friends. I don't think, but that is my party. Because I just employ workers. I run my own business. But Kate Lewis, I don't all the time look out for this lady. You understand? So whosoever feel they don't get yet, remember, the time they're right behind it to get. Everybody can get at the same time. Right? That is one part. I want to say thank you to Miss Kate Lewis, number one. Well, I don't have no kid again, and I don't intend to make no more kid, but you will never tell, because I is a sexual kind of man. You understand? So you can't say things will happen, because as long as you go in there, things will happen.
Things go up.
Right. And you see that preschool, what come out inside Paradise works there and end up, when I come out in Tatula, I got in September last year, and I get my transfer and I make my own going around. And when I see that school, I say, nah, people are wrong. Because remember, where we had this school was in a kind of difficult place because of the river and, the traffic and everything. Because remember, bus flying inside it, transport flying inside it, so children go have a lot of disturb. So that school, what I see, what we get behind progress back there, people, we have to. Well, even if that was in the making before, he was in the making before, but he didn't make. But Miss Kate Lewis come and make it make. You understand? So I want to thank Miss Kate Lewis for this, which is number one. Number two, the road and them in the Coco, in the surrounding area, which is Simon, Paradise, and all them surrounding, which is Falls. I just take people's vehicle and just make it to drive around. You understand? Sometimes I rent a vehicle, I just make it to drive around, and I see Miss Kate Lewis doing a piece of road in Simon, in Baghdad. Right? My son and my daughter, they end up getting, well, they run a couple of years ago and they get 2 medals and 2 trophy. But you know what? When I see how I that trophy and a medal, I say, you know what? That's why I'm too rusty for me St. Louis, you know. I say I have to save our money and go in Grenville and get me St. Louis a medal and a trophy. You understand? For the good work. When you watch Baghdad was a very rugged road, rugged place. And if you see road, the only thing I want to advise I don't say them driver because I a driver too. Right now we get highway, we just try to take advantage of the situation. Remember, it's a highway, Miss St. Louis girls. Watch me, you go down in Baghdad, concrete. You go on the other side, concrete. So I want to thank her for that. Right now, all Baghdad people used to come up from Baghdad and come out in the main road. And who used to wash and quarrel for water and what. Right now, my skin raised. I don't get pipe. I don't looking for pipe because I know to myself everybody cannot get at the same time. You understand? Because today is mine, tomorrow is KB own, the next day is Mr. Dan alone, the next day is the boss, which is Messi own. You understand? And I see Miss Louis put on a next Mr. Road when you watch it, 2 vehicles passing there, whoop whoop, which is in the back of Dexter Charles. But that is my next boss in
Simon.
You understand, Mr. Dexter Charles? And a very, very nice Mr. Road. You understand? That is what I see Miss St. Louis do.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you have some people just, you know, say, well, you know, Miss St. Louis ain't doing, she ain't thing, but we have to come out and see, and I go take little blame, you know, but I'm going to take all the blame as Andrew and you are saying that the PRO is true, but what I'm asking Miss Louis, we have to hold a meeting because there is a lot of information, there is a lot of things that are going out and information which the heads and them inside the office supposed to be prolonging and sending message on phone to make people know, well, look, Tito, we have a meeting tomorrow, no, we had this, but there is a lot of them, you understand what kind of, well, they're doing their work, you know, but they kind of lackadaisical. So we want more, I need more information come out on my phone, you understand, so I could make people know, because a lot of young people know what's going on because they're young, they're vibrant, they're up and down, I understand, they see what's going on, they know what's going on, but them aged people, what hardly move around in the constituency, what hardly know what's going on. Look again, I've seen the back by going up and other side of Miss St. Louis.
But you have 30 seconds, eh?
All right, okay, hold on again, a minute.
30 seconds is what you have.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
So tell me.
Okay, this next episode going up inside it, trust me, when I have to be going up inside and check my friend, I have to be, if I dress and to go up there in a vehicle, I have to take off my sneakers and put on a slippers. Right now, I'm closing my eyes and run from down by Miss St. Louis to Boston right by Salfishal. So I just want to make people know that this young, vibrant lady, trust me, so she wrong as a little pumpkin, just so she wrong with all of us. You understand? So, and look again, 1 second, please, eh?
Yeah.
You have a next Mr. Road again, which I see where she do, like, well, Miss K, maybe might know that, because that is inside by me go down by Miss Faith.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and that road just happened like in the past 2-3 weeks. So I just want to tell people, you see Miss St. Louis, but I want all of us come out and show our appreciation and do what we have to do to put back this lady there.
Let me ask you one question. One question for you.
Yes.
Are you registered to vote?
Huh?
Are you registered to vote?
Well, if I don't register to vote, I prefer legal than no.
All right. And how many people can you get to register to vote between now and elections?
Well, Mr. Andre, I'm a very vibrant man. You might know me, but, well, the people know me. I'm very vibrant on the ground. Okay. And I'm a people. You understand? And I could get the most as I could.
Yes.
When the time is right.
I will tell you.
When the time is right is no. I will take back that statement.
Right. So it's no. That's what I'm about to say to you. Right now, so you go out there and register your people to vote.
Mr. Andrew, thanks very much.
And thanks for calling. And don't lose the number. Don't lose the number.
Mr. Andrew, I'm really glad that I get a number. That number could never. Mr. Andrew, you see Miss St. Louis? Well, may God be on this lady's side. This lady too good to be true. Polls all over. Just make sure we do what we had to do, come out. And I ask him, Mr. Louis, to hold a meeting to the members and them inside it, because a lot of people outside don't blame us, Mr. Louis, but not our Kate Louis. Is we, the member, and the outside. Anyhow, everybody have a nice day. I don't make like a nice food here too. I don't have much strength, so I'll just come like a salad and Bossman Messi and Mr. KB.
Hello, Tito.
Thank you.
Why
and Mr.
yes.
KB, you see you is a really I don't ask you like Miss Skinner.
Oh, I have a special drink for you. A special drink for you when I see you.
May God be with all of us.
Thank you,
Thank you, bro.
Right?
Yeah, bless.
Mr. Andrew, what I see, so you know, that man all-time vibrant. Peace out. Love you all. I'll listen to the rest of the program.
Okay,
just remember that Tito and the constituency, we love you and we're ready for you, baby.
Okay, nice.
Later. Thank you.
All right.
That you say NNP do a PR. You just juking those PR out of the whole $100 boy.
No, he's not on the PR team. He's just doing his thing.
No, but he's good.
And I didn't say he wasn't good. I'm saying he's doing his thing.
And his point is that his communication skill is so good. His clarity, his focus, he's to the point. His song believable.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. And the point is that I wish he didn't have no end to Tito contribution.
You know the man?
Yeah, no Tito very well.
What impressed me?
Your neighbor then?
I used to live in Paradise. I had,
so that was your neighbor?
Yeah, I had a woman in Paradise.
So bad.
What impressed me is that now Kito say he was in a transport.
Yeah.
You know, and he had the program. He makes sure he find the number.
Yeah.
You understand? Because he didn't like what we was saying.
Yeah.
You know, about the PR.
Yeah.
You understand? And I compliment him for that.
Yeah. I tell you, anytime you tease NNP, they get in bad. Don't tease them.
He's a good man to have on the ground.
Yeah, and the point is that...
And I hope and pray that that Kate and probably one of you can get the message to Kate and say, hey,
cultivate
you need to talk to Tito. You need to give Tito more information.
Man is saying, and Tito, you know, he's a people's person, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody like Tito.
But knowing Kate as I do,
yeah,
she would not know Tito. She
must know Tito. Everybody in Tito is a popular guy in Paradise, very likable. And what I like is, he show appreciation and say, thank you, Sister Kate Louis.
But he know all we Kate doing projects?
Oh, you mean you don't know in Paradise? And that is what we want, somebody in every constituency, every village to point out what the NNP doing. Because look, this man just say, he ain't see no difference from 1983.
You going back to that?
To that.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Mr. Donald.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to KB.
Good afternoon.
And Messi.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. On the whole question of PRA, he's a journalist, so it's a difficult thing at times to disseminate information if you're not organized. Right? And so, but I think as a journalist, you organize, you will be able to get what you need to get out. Having said that, take for example, St. Andrews. You have 4 constituencies. My suggestion is that the MPs, right, through the organs of the party, whatever, and not just St. Andrews, but for example, St. Patrick's and so, instead of having, yes, you can have in the different groups, the public relations officers, but they should come as one, right, and have one voice, for example, on the different radio programs, and so disseminating information for the 4 constituencies. And so I think that could be a very effective way, right, in terms of controlling what goes out, how it goes out, and the programs and everything like that, right? It can be done for St. George's, right, where you have 5 constituencies, and so and so then you wouldn't have, for example, 15 public relations officers calling different programs, giving the, I think we should be more collective, and I think it would be much more effective. I could speak of St. Andrews. If there is a committee within the 4 constituencies, right, where information is being channeled through and get out, disseminated. I think the effectiveness and so the awareness, right, of what goes on within the parish will be much more effective. That's just my humble contribution.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
I love.
That may be an effective way, but I like when the radio station is being bombarded with calls throughout the different villages.
You're not the one who sits here every day.
What if they hurt your head? They hurt your head. What
You're not the one who sits here every day.
Take call, man. What you do for? What you do for? Take call, man. Call him. Call him.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Mr. Andre, I forgot. I just do my research.
Yeta.
Listen, the housing brigades, they did 36 repairs. And right now they must be on 37 now. And the toilet and bathroom, they do 21. Now they're on 22 for the needy people in the whole constituency. So that is not a plus.
Of course.
That's in St. Patrick's West, right?
This is in St. Patrick West.
Okay.
So hats off and congratulations again to Mr. Victor Philip and Mr. Anthony Bussen.
When them housing guy pass, give them a drink.
Yes. No, I always do that.
Right.
So I just want you to know that the amounts are they're doing, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, great.
And that is the kind of information we need. I would like to hear how much toilet and bath in every constituency in St. Andrews.
But KB, this initiative about toilet and bath is a real initiative by the NNP. You know? To take out people from this latrine thing.
The toilet. Pit toilet.
Pit toilet.
And to go in bathroom and toilet is a real...
No, I'm telling you.
Up there.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Miss Kate Louise is doing very well, because she's doing a piece of road from Kubari Junction going back to Dunfermline Way. She started the biggest piece is from Zephyrin Gap to past a fellow named Calico, and she started on the next side to go back to Dunfermline Way. She do piece going up Pepper Hill, that was Shapey living on top of the hill there. They're doing it phase by phase. So she's doing very well.
That's nice. That's really nice.
She's doing very well.
And KB telling me I know where that is. Tell him to do better than that, man. Let KB do better than that, man. KB understand me, I don't know where that is.
You know where Pepper Hill is? Where Pepper Hill is?
Ask the caller who called in if I know. Don't ask me. Let him tell you.
You know Pepper Hill, man. You know Pepper Hill.
I don't understand what happened to KB.
You know Pepper Hill.
So, brother, continue calling and
and
pick up your MP and let the people know, you know. That's the kind of thing we like.
Or you giving me goosebumps?
All inside St. John.
Yeah, boy.
Doing roads. Yes. She's doing very well. Yeah. Well, nobody can be that Captain Carlos. No, she can't let Carlos come out, nobody will beat her. You have a fella say he walk in, not run. He say he walk in.
What is his name?
If I know, I can't even know his name. No,
man, call him man name. Call him man. Say K2. What was your call him man name, man?
Well, I don't know how you going to meet her, you know.
Then he was, don't bad talk with neighbor, you know.
No, not neighbor, you know. They can't be mother.
Daddy, I sure you thought I was going to burn coming up the hill the other day, why?
No, you could make it because you're good still.
When you see I climb St. John Hill and I don't burn, you could know definitely I still feel.
I wonder who that young boy coming up there.
All right with you, man. All right with you. I stamina, boy.
Anyway, Danny, thanks for calling, man. Take care. All right, good. 26 minutes now before the top of the 4 o'clock hour. 442-0175. You can call that number. You can be in and you can WhatsApp that number too. 442-0175. KB, you on your phone. Okay, here we go. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Brother Andre.
Munster Bridge.
Munster Bridge.
What's up?
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Oh, we
Yes,
trying.
What I called to tell you, just before, after I leave the junction coming into my house, is a big hole in the road. And every night, somebody vehicle puncture in the tire there. And I don't know why don't they come and fix that road, that hole.
Is it before you or after you?
You know when you leave the junction?
Yeah?
As soon as you leave the junction before you meet me,
Uh-huh.
is a big hole in the road there, a big round hole.
On the left-hand side?
Coming down to my house, on my side, yes.
On the same side with you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Take note of that.
I'm going to take note of that and see if I can pass it on
Because
to somebody.
last night about 8:30,
Uh-huh.
two vehicles was the tire there, and we look at the tire on my gate there now.
Uh-huh.
He had to put the thing, and he only the spare tire he had to leave the old one.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
how is everything going otherwise?
Boy, a day, you know, a jamming.
Andre, just keep it up, but I would like to see Mr. Messi and your other mate. I would like to know them.
Okay, maybe one day.
Yeah. And keep up that good work because we're fighting.
Okay, bro.
And we got to hold with sister with us. Your daughter want to say hello.
Okay.
Mr. Dre?
How you doing?
Not too bad, boy. The old girl mashed up for a little while now, you know.
Or you can stay mash up for too long, man.
Yes, too long, man. What's his name is bothering me so much and he giving me so much problem. But you have to hold tight. You got in the mid.
You have to hold tight.
Yes. So you have a good day and you look yourself and keep up that good work all you're doing. We
Thank
like
you.
that.
Okay.
Yes, good night.
Okay,
Bye.
all the best.
It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www. You know where that is, Nessie? No.
No.
That's Montcalmo Junction.
Okay.
Going back to Grenville.
Yeah.
You know, there's the first house on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
So he's speaking.
Going to Munich side?
No. You're not going to Munich.
Coming down to Grenville.
Going back to Grenville.
What, below Fluffy?
Before Fluffy.
Yeah.
Before Fluffy.
Yeah.
Fluffy will be on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
He's the first house on the left-hand side. Fluffy's the first house on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
So he's saying that hole is
I know,
before him.
You'll get in
No,
contact
I know
with
the
Dominic?
hole.
You guys, you're gonna
Get in Dominic?
I know the whole.
So you're gonna speak to someone.
Dominic.
I'll try to speak to somebody tomorrow, please.
Tomorrow, please, God. Okay, good, right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Well, in my area, we don't have any wolves. And there are a lot of things doing, Mr. Donald.
What's that?
Ladies and Mr. Messi. But the reason why we don't want to blow a Trump, we don't want to feel, we don't want the public feel that it's two guys are doing it. So that's why we don't blow a trumpet.
No.
But
The
a lot
government?
is going on in the Northeast. The only thing, Mr. Donald, what I'm sort of worried about, there was a project that the government was speaking about for the longest while, is that road from the Monkuma area over to Grenville.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, easy traffic because of the
slide.
The slide.
Mm-hmm.
But I find for a long time I have nothing about it.
Okay.
And secondly, and not to show that if there is a project to be taking take place in the northeast area, or let's say Willis, because there is a container erected on the right in the another junction, which is supposed to be a contractor. Not too sure the name. When I get the name, I'll give it to you. And it's erected there. You know, the container is totally a mobile office.
All right.
Like, so I'm not too sure if there is some work to be done.
Okay.
All
right. Well, I have some news for you. The tenders for the Monkuma Road.
Yeah.
That was just out. The bid has already been awarded, so they should start before the end of the year.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So you could tell your people that.
Okay, good. Because yesterday I wasn't hearing anything about it.
Yeah. So the tenders are out. The bid has been awarded, and they should start before the end of the year.
Okay. But that mobile office, I'm sort of concerned that it's been erected there almost 3 weeks for it.
3 weeks, 4 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. And nothing, it fenced wrong and everything.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Before you go, make sure you tell me something about the political situation in Northeast. You know, what is Nazim situation, what is Tobias situation, what is Redhead situation, what is Claret situation. You tell me something about Northeast.
Confusion this guy wants.
I want to hear something.
I remember this gentleman, Kennedy Robert, was one time saying that if you get a good slip together, you don't mind competing for the leadership for the NDC. Was that a son of Mr. Robert?
Yeah, he lost it on.
You get by it. You get by out too.
That's true.
Money pass.
Yeah.
And just recently again, Mr. Nazim Boko, I mean, he has his base. You can let him out. He has his base in the Northeast. So I don't know why he didn't compete for the
leadership.
Yeah.
But is he running in that constituency anymore?
I'm not too sure of the NDC organization. But do what you want. Even though Mr. Nazim Boko run and lost several times, I don't write him off. Do whatever you want. I don't write him off.
Okay.
I mean, it all depends on the party situation, but I would have seen Mr. Nazim Boko still taking back leadership of the NDC.
Yeah, what do you think about our present candidate, the potential candidate? You think he is...
Where?
For Northeast by you.
I've had any potential one?
Exactly. You don't take that.
But we must have somebody to represent NNP there, you know?
Yeah, but not yet. We haven't left any category.
We didn't do that yet.
Why putting this thing secret so...
One thing is sure that Mr. Tobias is out.
Yeah.
I would have thought he would run for the leadership. It's okay, Tabo?
No, they offer him Karakou.
Anyway. Wait, Mr. Donald, let me give you one joke now.
Yeah, give me.
You wouldn't believe I'm in the land right now. Eh?
Oh, yeah?
Yes, right now. It's 7 o'clock in the land. Mr. Donald, there's a my bone nest on a tree. I supposed to born almost 2 weeks now because of the hot sun. I decided today I will burn in my bone. I came up this morning and I decided, look, I'm going to burn in my bone around 12 o'clock. So I'm going to get this choke out and mash my pocket and everything. By 2 o'clock, don't come showering. It's hard to believe this is Adana. 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks in a stretch. There was no heavy rain. In my bone, I'm walking around in my bone. Look, I'm looking at it now, which had been born. And I say, okay, I'll burn you when I finish whatever I'm doing.
Leave my bone alone.
You remember good in the afternoon.
Take care of yourself. How's your wife, Primus? She alright?
She's home, sir.
She's home.
I enjoy myself in the land.
Alright, then take care of yourself, man.
Thank you, sir.
One love.
Why,
Primus.
NNP supporters, they're such nice people.
That's what I'm telling you. There are so many buffaloes outside.
Yeah, man, don't tease us, boy. As you tease us.
I tell you,
NNP getting bad, boy.
I tell you one thing, I know. The doc, the foot soldiers.
Yes.
You know?
He's the motivator.
No, he's the motivator.
He's the motivator.
Yes, sir?
When you hear he ring that bell,
yes,
you wonder in where they come out. He has
Yeah.
what you call that magnetic pull to pull them out in the hole and say, look, we're going that way. Because they have confidence in him and they trust his judgment. They trust his judgment. Doc, no.
What's that called? Leave man alone.
NNP, really grateful
to have you.
To have you
for
your service to humanity.
For him. If you love him so much, win this election for him.
I am prepared to go out at the battlefield.
Yes,
in all constituencies in St. Andrews, especially.
Yeah, the real buffalo.
You know?
Yeah, the buffalo.
I'm fighting the war.
Yes,
I am prepared.
And you look like a buffalo.
I'm telling you.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. I must say that they don't want to blow the trumpet for Tobias. Tobias haven't got no trumpet again, you know. The trumpet Tobias had the boss, you know. As far as I'm concerned, Tobias should not be in any frontline politics. So he has no trumpet to blow. He trumpet boss. So if you blow it, nobody going to hear it. That's the most, I don't know how to call him, but that man don't have no common sense with politics. he shoot himself in the foot. They asked him last week before they asked him anything, what is his chances of running? Well, I don't know. We have not. We're trying to work out something. I don't know, but it doesn't matter me with it. How could a man who win his seat tell the nation that when he tell himself he's the opposition leader? That was his words. You could go and play by Calista Fire, you get it. Eh? That is craziness. That man have no trumpet to blow. You let go. You listen. He leave the NMP. He said he cannot work as a minister for that small salary. So he preferred to work in SGU. He leave. He take the work as opposition leader. When they pay him, he bring back the money. He say he don't take in that money. Like he didn't know what he was getting before. He tell the prime minister he don't want a minister. Because the money in SGU nicer and bigger, so he's not going to go and work for that. How could you go and offer yourself to the people again? What you want to tell me coming for this time? You want to be a representative, don't work for that money. You don't want what they paying opposition leader. You don't want what they paying minister. Eh? What you want? Where are you? Tell me where you fit in. Anyone about you tell me where Mr. Tobias fits in. I would like to hear somebody answer and tell me where he fits in.
All right, well, we go here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. The Monkuma Road, that somebody told me that the tender was done. And well, somebody else is saying that the contract was awarded and the work has started. And the person saying that they're sure that Mr. Joe Gilbert is the one who was given the contract.
Yes.
You know that?
Yeah, I know.
And why you didn't say that?
I didn't know which road. I know Joe Gilbert get a contract because Joe Gilbert brother Mato going on every morning. He told me they get a contract somewhere.
The road?
Yes, but I did not know exactly.
So Joe Gilbert was
already
awarded the contract.
Yes.
And
it's a couple $1 million. Isn't it?
So where is this road? I'm trying to figure out.
Before you take Slocana?
Is over that road over Boca School in the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see where a guy doing some kind of concrete work?
It was make bathtub to wash clothes.
Concrete stuff. Just before
right?
you. You see a little building, building on the side.
Hold on.
Take me from Ambakaila, come down.
Now hold on. You know where it was well?
Yeah, there's a welding place on the right-hand side coming down, yeah.
Right. No, before you made the welding place, you had some small shop.
Coming down?
Ply on the side.
Coming down?
Yeah, on the right-hand side.
Before you meet the...
After you pass the concrete, before you take the welding thing.
Before you meet the
welding. Yeah, there are some
small
it's like a junction because there's a road going back that way.
Yeah, that's the road.
If you're coming down from Grenville, it's on your
right hand side, yes.
That's the road?
Yes.
So where does that road take you?
To Willis. You go.
Oh yeah?
That's a big project.
And bad like that. Again, PR, where's it? a contract like that awarded?
Yeah.
PR, where's it?
I'm sure it's over $1 million.
Do you understand? Where is it?
I'm certain it's over $1 million.
Come on, Joe Gilbert doesn't build for Lickerty.
No. I'm sure it's over $1 million.
Check it out. If that is the situation,
and
that contract has been awarded because the person said to me that, hey, the work has started.
Yeah.
And you telling me that, where's the PR?
To me,
where is the PR?
I think it's over $2 million.
Andrew.
What?
As you said, the season is open. Right? So now, as from today, you will be hearing the yard fall. You know? The yard fall will be out.
The yard fall have to make noise.
No, it will be out, I'm telling you, Andre. You understand? It will be out.
All right.
Because I know.
Maria, thanks. Maria Alex is there. Yeah. Saying that, what you guys said, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's so much work being done. And no. And
Joe, you don't want somebody to handle your PR for the road?
I did.
But a lot.
Yeah, but you're my partner.
What PR you could do?
What you do now?
They're not big Buffalo PR.
What you do now? But watch, in the south, there is a lot of work taking place in the south.
But
concrete
where's the
work.
PR?
But Kimmy, there is a lot of work taking place in Grenada.
Gotta call her. Hi.
I say something to KB.
Oh, God.
KB,
Speak.
you accuse me of being negative. KB, the negative overwhelmed the positive. That's what the problem is, and you're not listening to that. There's a problem that is showing up over and over, too overwhelming the positive, that I'm emphasizing, trying to put in perspective the whole process that needs to be adjusted to. What you're talking about PR from all kind of angles. What is going on in this constituency? Negativity. Everybody's complaining. So watch me. This whole roadwork thing is negative to the extent, you know. At the same time, I spoke to one of the managers of this progress project who said to me, he cannot say, and I say he. So you know it's a man I'm talking about. Who cannot say? He cannot say anything about it because what they're doing, and if he says something, they're cussing him. What kind of thing is going on? And you're not listening?
Understand River
This
Sally,
lady
you know.
there. Watch me, that's my darling, you know. You all don't know that?
I
I love
understand.
this lady.
I understand River Sally.
I'm a good friend of ours. But everything is going on negative, so it overwhelms.
Okay.
Positive.
Okay, thanks.
And then you all don't like what I say?
No.
You continue off?
We just saying,
Yeah, we
don't cut
continue.
you off. When
And
time
if
up,
if you do it again, I'll continue
what I'm
again.
saying, when your time up, your time up.
And then,
What?
I could consider it out. I'm afraid.
Bye-bye.
Baby,
Goodbye.
you my goodbye.
Yeah, take care.
You know,
Take care. Be good.
there is a group of people in River Sally. They have problem with Spaceman. They have problem with Pablo. They have problem with Miss Moses. You can't please them at all. The same group of people in River Sally all the time. Spaceman, they problem. Pablo, they problem. Miss Moses, they same problem. The same group all the time.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Earl, a point of correction on the road, at Montcumba Road. Yes, the entrance is right, but it's not leading you back to Willis.
Okay.
It's leading you down to Grenville Vale.
Oh.
And so now that road will take you. The entrance of that road is after you leave the last bridge. You know Grenville area?
The last bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, before you start taking the hill. Right.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. But the road has started, eh? The road has started.
Okay.
Yeah, it has started.
Yeah, just a point of correction.
All right, thank you, bro.
Thank you very much.
All right, good. Audrey Benjamin is saying special thanks to Minister Peter David for the Farm Labor Assistance Program for farmers. So which means that she probably would have benefited, or persons that she know would have benefited from the Farm Labor Program, and of course administered under his leadership. Kudos to Pedro. That is KB partner. No?
My PRA friend.
Yeah.
My real political boss
I just said that you're
is
PRA friend.
Gregory Bowen.
Oh, Collins tried to call us. How did we miss Collins? Collins, call back, man. We missed your call.
For a long time.
We haven't
already.
heard you for a long time. So you can give us a call back, Collins. We missed the call. We really, really missed that. Just seeing that it flashed on the screen that you did call in. So if you call back, I'll put the phone in the position now that I will see it. That your PRA friend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was the political
Andre,
commissar.
What I am recommending, what I'm asking for.
For me?
is,
From me?
To the mic. Yeah.
Like the MPs on a Sunday calling on the program.
For what?
You know?
No.
You have times, you know, we want to
No,
talk
no.
to them. We want
No.
to hear them.
Uh-uh.
And to hear them.
No.
You understand?
You don't
I
want to
don't. I don't want to.
Make your phone.
Not on
What's
Sunday.
your phone?
Oh, Collins, yeah, Collins is calling back. Hold on there, Collins. Hold on, I got you, bro. Hold on. Yes, sir. Let's deal with the rank and file. This is their program.
Yeah.
This is the rank and the MPs have a program on Wednesdays. They need to make use of that. The MPs and the senators, they have a program on Wednesdays. Make use of that. This is for the rank and file.
Okay.
This is for what we hear in the Buffaloes.
Yes.
Okay, I hear you.
You understand? Good afternoon, Collins. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Andre.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro.
All right. Talk to me.
Messi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, brother.
KB?
Hello, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Listen.
Hey.
You're talking about River Sally, but the one minor correction to what you're saying about River Sally. It's a small group and they're in the minority, so we're not worrying about them. Those who always hate it. It's a small group for them. You're right, but they are in the minority, so we're not paying too much attention to them. I just want to clarify that.
Okay, I hear you, Brian. How's New York?
Are you protecting your village, man?
What's the weather like?
Well, the weather right now is not too bad. It's not too bad. It's just, I think it's 50-something degrees. So, around that day, it's good. Not hot.
Yeah, you're all right. You're all right still.
And the sun is shining. Other than that, everything is good. And listening to you guys there this afternoon, I think as I'm there, let me just show in my 2 pence, looking at it, I mean, River Sally have a lot to boast of under Miss Moses, you know what I mean? Because the primary school completed, the community center complete, renovate, the pre-primary school complete, and a number of different bathroom and toilet has gone up. So it's a lot of things done in the village, and from the rapport with the people, everybody, the majority is pleased with the work that she is doing. Yeah, right. KB mentioned about the opposition, they're always opposing, but that's life. But the good thing is that they're in the minority. They're not that effective. They're not that effective at all. So
that's some bold statement.
My appeal to River Sallians, keep on doing what you're doing. Let's rally behind Miss Moses and continue to give her the support. And let us make sure that we bring home, as the largest PD in St. Patrick's East, let us continue to do what we always known for. Bring it home, which I am confident that we will do again once the doc call the date, when River Sally decide to turn out to support NNP. Nobody can stop that. Nobody can stop it. That's a given.
Well, if you say so, you say so.
Are we proud that NNP have the most, River Sally have the most NNP for a village in Great Island?
Well, you know that.
Yeah. One, they get 1,000 votes in one village. That lot of village, that lot of vote by. For you to get 1,000 votes in one village, there is a lot of vote. You have to raise River Sally on your head.
It's a given. That's a given. They know that. But I'm listening to you guys, man.
Okay, brother.
Bye.
Be safe, brother.
One love. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5.
Auntie Lauren, good afternoon.
This call could be our final caller. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes,
good afternoon.
Yeah.
This is Drumstick speaking. Good afternoon to you. And
hey, Drumsticks, what happening?
I'm alive.
That's good.
I'm alive. I just called to recommend my minister, Yulan Oswald, for all the good works she has done of a capital highway up in Gapo, Archibald Avenue, houses repair, toilet facilities, and all other good things, house repair, and all other good things she done for us. So I don't want to fight. If I start to fight with all my might, I will fight
for the NNP.
For the NNP. All the ministers, I wish them all the best and God blessing. And we 100% behind each and every one of them. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Buffalo. Thank you, Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo.
That is how I want to hear the Buffaloes
yeah,
talking.
Man, that is those NNP Buffaloes.
Yeah.
Them fighters.
They are prepared to fight.
Those gladiators, man. I said, don't tease us. Don't tease us.
I tell you, keep me watching.
Tease us, you get us out. You get us crazy. Don't tease us.
Because they know that the Prime Minister look after the poor and vulnerable persons.
Oh, yes. Whose interest you seek?
Who interest you seek?
Whose interest you seek?
So they will defend him.
Somebody putting it on social media. They put it out on Facebook here. Maria Alex, let's keep moving. They can't stop the progress. My 2 new voters is excited to vote for the first time. That is a mother putting oath.
Yeah, but
and that is what has to happen, you know. Yeah.
You know, I don't get Chavez registered yet. He just turned 18.
So what are you waiting for?
He just turned 18.
What are you waiting for?
Chavez, I'll get him registered.
This week, let's say Tuesday will be a busy week for me. Registration.
Yeah.
I'll be picking up. You know? I'll be picking up for registration this week. You know?
Your responsibility as NNPites, make sure you register. Make sure your husband register. Make sure your daughter, your son, that is your responsibility. That's a give back for the NNP. All we asking you to do, to call if it's once a month, get yourself registered, protect. We also will concern about your life, concern about your life and your health. Protect yourself. Maintain social distance. Get vaccinated, but also get registered. Though our gains, we don't want anybody to roll back our gains.
Keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family.
One love, peace, happiness, joy. Final words from you, bro. Coming to you, KB.
I want to thank you, Andre, first of all.
Don't want to thank me.
To be here, you know, so that, as I said before,
well, never bring no people, not a yam, not a blow.
As I said before,
to
spread the good news. Spread the good news, Andre. You understand? Miss Thomas, I want to congratulate you for a job well done. Keeping the constituency focused and protected, encouraging persons to be vaccinated. I want to say good afternoon to all my workers at the hospitals. Please.
Only at the hospitals you have people, right?
Yes.
Okay. The 3 of them
Please,
or 2 of them?
2.
Okay.
Please stay safe and obey the protocols. Wear a mask. Bye. To everyone, see you next week.
How about you, Brendan?
Yeah, the point is that I want to, endorse what you said. We never say thank you to Andre Donald. Andre Donald, thank you for facilitating us and doing a wonderful program. Every Sunday, it's a lot of commitment and conviction to be here every Sunday. And Andre Donald, I really want to thank you. I appreciate your service.
You sure that's not a hypocrite, huh?
No, Andre,
I
no.
just want to make sure I know you.
No, Andre. You see, I always say the best politician is the best hypocrite. But this one, I'm not I'm not being a hypocrite in this one. As the bet is still on,
For what?
All this NDC, I want to bet you all. Put Mr. Michel, Doc Michel, in Grenville and take out the mask. And if 5 people call him, come for all your $500. I bet you nobody don't call him if you walk the street in Grenville because nobody don't know him. Take out the mask.
Do you think he'll win the thing?
He most likely, because I think they parachuting him and he got some people who will fund him.
They shoot him from the ground.
Well, I don't know.
Parachute mean they have to go up in the high.
Yeah, and they always say they don't believe in control, democracy, but no, it's today for us. It's today for us. So Kid Mitchell is not a dictator again.
They hate what they love, what they love what
no,
they
Kid
hate.
Mitchell is not a dictator anymore.
No, Kid can't be a dictator.
No.
Not after now.
They surpass him. They surpass him. They make him look small.
Yeah, but you see, and the thing about it is that not only that, is what they did. They went to people's home and say, "What, you cannot run." They browbeat Tillman. They browbeat Nazi.
Not even that. What is
it? And listen, this is a big one, and we didn't say it, but I'm gonna say it now. Listen to this, folks, before you tune off. Jason Skeet, who
the bus driver, bus operator,
yeah, bus operator. Jason Skeet. They told him, "Yo, stand down. We don't want your kind. You have a criminal record." Seriously, that's what they told Jason. Jason didn't putting out what they tell him.
Yeah.
But know what they tell him. Stand down. You have a criminal. We don't want your kind. I want to see.
What position you go take?
Not position you go take. I want Jason to bring me inside that booth with him when he go and vote, and let me see if he vote for this. Let me break his hand.
Boy, yo.
Huh?
Are you partner?
But he was married to my cousin.
Okay.
I mean, let you vote. if I know he vote him out, breaking his finger.
But he's the chosen few.
Yeah, so he gets sidestepped.
Get marginalized.
The guy that has to watch all of this,
Chicken man.
No, he will be absorbed in the whole thing. Tevin Andrew. Because remember, Tevin Andrew, I don't know what has happened by now. They have the thing organized and their votes take place. I should already. But Tevin Andrew wanted the chairmanship of the party. And that was being offered to Naz. But Naz said that he not fighting for this. If they could give the guy the thing on the platter, give him that on the platter also.
It's a handout.
But that's what happened. See, KB doesn't really call me and they want me to tell you things. But that is what happened. So yo, if he thinking, I ain't fighting for nothing too, so give it to me. So Tevin Andrew could be in a spot of a bother.
What about the people who refuse to go along with their demand? They get humiliated on social media?
Well, let me put it to you this way. My fellow villager. Yeah, Madays. Well, he doesn't live in Madays. He lives in Lafayette. That's Ali. I await to see what's going to happen with Ali. Because Ali does not like the way that they did this thing. Right? We've spoken, but I don't think that I'm at liberty to think the comment. But I know he does not like, and you could tell that he doesn't like it from his postings on social media. You know, he doesn't like the way how this thing would have gone. And the first thing when I called him today, and he said, "Oh, brother, how you doing?" I said, "A day, what happening?" No. I don't join in you. I said, I don't ask you to join me. I don't want you to join me. I just don't want to know what happened with you.
But let him know the red cap it is still
No.
All who wants to come.
No, not Ali. I don't want Ali in NNP. Mad, crazy. I don't want Ali in NNP like Ali stay.
At one time, people used to say they don't want Chester Humphrey.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I don't want Ali in NNP. I tell you, let Ali stay where he is, man. He will never join in it.
I know.
He'll never join. No. He may, when you go and vote, he may vote in NP because he realizes them fellas play the fool, but he will never join in it. So I don't want
pride,
because he won't join, I don't want it.
Pride and ego too strong. Mm-hmm. Say what?
Somebody say we go bring Ali in the house? Nah. We don't bring Ali in the house at all. Anyway. Yeah. It was nice, friends. God bless you. Take care.
Take care. All the best.
You know, love you forever. Peace out.